It's just
Not
funny
positive
because like
review.
when you're a kid, I had this conversation before, but like when
No.
you're a kid, if
Bubbles in your
you
eyes.
if you like get your ears pierced, but you get your ears you
Right.
get the wrong ear pierced, like you get your right
You
ear
only got
pierced.
your
I
left
remember
one,
that.
dude. You're gay.
If you get you go to
So
school,
gay.
people are just like, what, dude? That
We
that
never
means
knew.
you're gay.
Right.
You got your right
We
ear.
support you
That means you're
100%.
gay. And then like you get
Man.
scared, like what?
The guy who pierced my ear said it
didn't
was
tell
the
me.
other one. You got it pierced by a guy?
You let a guy pierce you?
Guy Pierce.
Whoa,
You are
Guy
so...
Pierce.
Oh.
I love
E.
that.
Pierce.
Wow.
Hello, and welcome all to MultiTap Theatre. The following is an entertainment show with special focus on the modern and retro gaming eras. Explicit language and content is utilized for emphasis and flourish, so please monitor children's listening. Yes, listener discretion is most gravely advised. The hosts welcome all audiences and encourage audience participation in most forms. Any visual or oral resemblance to any person living, famous, or deceased is strictly intentional. And now, for your listening pleasure, Multi-Tap Theatre podcast.
Let's hit the road, guys.
Get out of here.
Is that you started it?
No, I'm just saying
Oh.
like let's get it going. Want me to start it?
No, I'll start it with that. From that point on. Welcome to MultiTap, everybody. Friends. Hello.
Hello.
This is episode... We have to figure this out on the fly real quick. What episode is this? 'Cause
11.
11.
It's 10.5? Because we want to do the special thing for 10, but it's not 10 anymore if we start releasing
No,
more
we wanted a
episodes.
special thing for 9.
We did want
And
to do
also
special...
for 10.
So yeah, we're holding it
And
off
for
for
10?
9 and
yeah, we're
10.
supposed to have drunk cast for 10.
Well,
Wait,
This
so-
is what we said on the air.
we did. Welcome to 11, y'all. Even though you probably just listened to 8.
Yeah.
I was wondering,
Eight's
I
part
saw
1
the
and 2.
show roll up for 9. I'm like, they already do that? Oh, that sounded interesting.
We're
Yeah.
gonna do 9 for the Mega Man.
Yeah,
stuff.
mighty
Yeah.
guy.
Someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do it because next week, Azure Striker Gunvolt comes out, and so that would be very appropriate.
Gundavolt?
Do you know about Azure Striker Gunvolt?
Now I've seen somebody... They took a screenshot of the title menu, and I didn't know what it's all about. I haven't looked it
Real
up.
quickly, it's made by Intercreates, the people who are making Mighty Number 9, and
Cool.
the people who made the Mega Man Zero series.
Yeah.
Keiji Inafune is actually a producer on
I was
Azure
going to
Striker
ask if he was
Gunvolt.
involved.
Beck from Mighty Number 9 is a playable character in the cool little purchase bonus that they're giving with the Azure Striker Gunvolt purchase. You get a little 8-bit like version of the game that it's a different game, but you can play as 3 different characters. One of them's Beck from Mighty Number 9.
So this comes out before or after
Comes
9?
out next week.
So
on
before
3DS.
Mighty Number 9.
Oh yeah, Mighty Number 9 is not coming out until next year.
Right. Interesting. Did they have this project in the pipes
Yeah,
before
this
they...
was
okay.
already like because it's done.
Right.
It's coming out.
That
Yeah.
makes more sense. I just figured they pooled all their efforts into making a game in a week and then releasing it and being like, well, we could have been working
It
on
looks
Mighty
super
Number
cool.
9.
It looks it's a really cool 2D animation. Looks a lot like Mega Man
2D.
Zero.
2D.
Looks cool. I'm super excited for it. You
Okay.
can think about it: Azure Striker, Blue
Mm.
Bomber,
Mm.
Not far
Oh.
off. Not far off.
Now, I have a question for y'all, and I'm going to go left.
What?
State your name.
Aaron.
You are a host, correct?
Am I?
You are.
I thought I was a co-host this whole time.
You're the host.
You are the
Oh.
host, yes?
This has
You are
been-
the moderator?
Yeah.
Question. And this isn't even video games, really. Star
Oh.
Wars or Lord of the Rings?
Whoa.
I just wanted to know. This is a
I wanted
curiosity.
immediately to say Star Wars,
Right.
but then I thought prequel movies. And then I'm like, that went somewhere I didn't want it to.
Mhm.
But deep in my heart, there's a special spot for Star Wars.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings, I didn't even finish reading. I never even saw Return of the King.
Right.
Wow.
And I have played so much Dungeons and Dragons. I feel like I should turn in my dice or something. But I won't.
Give it to me.
I
But I
won't.
won't.
But I won't.
You
Um,
know.
Keeping them.
gotta say Star Wars, even with all the things that I don't like currently festering.
Would you say you're more of a sci-fi man or a fantasy man?
also tough. I love both in I don't want to say equal parts because I feel like I lean towards sci-fi,
I feel like you do too.
but I need my fix
Right.
sometimes. Like I run Dark Heresy with the boys, and then I'm like, I gotta get some Dungeons and Dragons
Go
or something. I
Pathfinder.
gotta go Pathfinder. So we did a little offshoot of that, and like I sent them. They're in the future, 41st millennium, and I still send them to a feudal world. I'm like, my lord, forsooth! And there's guys in plate with swords and stuff, and they're just shooting them because they have guns.
Right.
But I still have to get it in there somewhere. You know what I mean?
Get it on in.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Madame? Who are
My
you?
shirt should answer that.
It should.
It should.
For those of you who can't
It should be
see
a
but can
Gandalf.
only listen, she's got a It's Dangerous to Go Alone, take this, but it's a Gandalf giving a Frodo a halo.
Oh,
Halo. That's totally.
I thought
what
that
it
was
is.
Obi-Wan giving him a lightsaber.
Oh my! Get out.
Leave.
A
Leave now.
ring-shaped
A
lightsaber.
ring-shaped
Wow.
lightsaber.
It's one
It's
of
a
those new-
ring-shaped chakra.
It's a, yeah, light
Xeno
chakra.
Warrior. Star Wars.
There you go.
Xeno Warrior Duke. Duchess.
I don't like.
Warrior.
Don't like Star Wars at all.
No.
Interesting.
No,
But you
I,
got
So
me
the
this
choice is-
shirt.
I did, but that's for you, not for
Right.
me.
So the choice is easy for you. You don't
It's
like
very
it at
easy.
all.
Yeah, I love Lord of the Rings.
Interesting. I love Lord of the Rings as
Well,
well.
I realize it, but I really don't.
I
You
also
know my
like
lad.
Star Wars.
Anytime I think of going down to Goblin Town, that song stuck in my head for 3 days.
Damn, dude.
Like,
That's because Rankin and Bass
yeah.
made probably some of the best movies of my childhood. And cartoon series.
I have
Three.
a follow-up question after we get through.
Okay. Okay. So we'll move along. Sir,
Hey,
who
Who's
are
that?
you?
I'm Chris.
Sure.
Did she say who she was?
Oh,
I asked. She chose not to answer, so I didn't push the
Shit.
subject in case it was
Sorry.
touchy.
Who are you?
I'm Irene.
What's your name? It's
It's
Irene.
Irene.
Have you been Irene this whole time?
What is it on Twitter? At.
Princess_Irene.
I like it.
Oh,
I
God,
like
now
that
just
moniker
totally
a lot.
ruined my Twitter.
Princess
Well, yeah.
underscore Irene? How you spell that?
Let's spell that out.
I-
Well,
it's
princess
EY.
is PRINCE.
Oh my, not the princess part.
And then underscore.
She is the president of the English Club for a
IRENEY.
reason.
Yeah.
She knows how to spell princess sooner than we all do.
Yeah, but don't contact me on Twitter.
Right.
Because I don't use Twitter for like that.
I'm going on Twitter right now. Follow me.
Follow me on there.
Everybody, the 6 people listening, please
Right.
follow me on Twitter. I like you, but probably not that much.
Probably not that much. Although I think all of our Twitters are just available from having liked
What's your
MultiTap.
Twitter? That you
Um, I think it's Mad Piper. Most of my handles are universally the Mad Piper. In some for like with underscores or without
Something
underscores.
Piper, maybe Madness as
It's
well.
always the Mad Piper.
I can't follow you because I don't have a Twitter.
I made a
You can't
Twitter.
find Chris on Twitter, which is why he doesn't care about any of
That should have
this.
been my answer.
It should have been, yeah. I don't have Twitter. Now, who's this Princess Irene character? I don't
You're gonna
know.
bleep that out, and you're gonna put
Some
like
creepy
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Oh,
The real Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hooah!
It's like he's really here with us.
Right.
Al,
She's
you're
got a
right here.
great ass.
Oh, Al, you're funny.
Thank you. You sir, we've already established thy name.
It's a tough answer for
You
me
know the
too.
question.
I liked Aaron's answer. I
Okay.
like how you explained that. I would say Star Wars, like right off the bat, but then Aaron brought up a good point that it's been tarnished. Lord of the Rings has never been tarnished because I like all Lord of the Rings movies. I even like
Did
the
you watch
Hobbit
the-
movies.
Really?
I love the Hobbit movies actually.
They pulled around with like the Clone Wars series and stuff. Once they made the old movies and like a bunch of bullshit I don't care about, they're like, let's make an animated series and let's
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
a CGI series and let's make some stuff. And I'm like, all right, you're bringing it back, but it just get
Bring
that.
it back.
How often do you watch Star Wars?
Bring them up
Is
a new
it a
Star
regular
Wars.
occurrence, or-
Not recently. I used to watch them back when they released the Star Wars original trilogy on DVD. Like
That was the one they subbed in though, right?
like
The
10 years
CG
ago,
Jabba and
Yeah, they
all this
CG Jabba'd it, and they CG'd Hayden Christensen in
Oh yeah.
at the end.
At the end, where
Yeah, with the
where you see the
holograms.
ghosts, and it was that dude. I don't remember his name, but it's
His
a
real name? I don't know his real name.
yeah. I don't remember his
It
real
was
name,
supposed
but
to be Anakin and Obi-Wan and
Old mannequin.
and Yoda.
Yoda. Yeah.
At the end, as ghosts at the celebration party
At the
doing
end
their
of
thing, like
Jedi.
But then they CGI'd Hayden Christensen as the dude who is Anakin. I mean, making sense, but
Yeah.
there was another guy who was Anakin
Oh, yeah,
originally.
because there was a guy who they showed after his helmet came off. You know.
Right. creepy and
I
bald.
don't know his real name.
Kind of like a pasty Pee Wee Herman
Yeah, he was pretty.
under there with.
He was supposed to be pretty bad.
Pasty Pee-wee.
He was pretty
Isn't that
pasty.
redundant?
He was pastier than
Pee Wee's got color compared to this guy.
he did.
He does wear blush.
There was
Yeah.
that dude who, when they CG'd the Jabba, there was like a human actor originally,
Right.
just some fat guy in fur.
Yeah.
That was apparently
just
what
some
the
fat
HUD
guy.
was originally. And they're like, wait, no, slugs. Also, the famous Greedo shooting first.
Yeah, they changed that too.
That was really cool.
Right.
How often do you watch Lord of the Rings?
More often.
Have you
But-
read the books?
I think the prequels are also
No.
way better than the. I mean, I take issue with some of the stuff in the prequels, but I think the prequels are better than the Star Wars prequels.
I can't say that
Oh,
Lord
yeah,
of the
definitely.
I don't want to take anything away from Lord of the Rings. I don't want to say that I don't like it. I love Lord of the Rings as well.
Truth.
I just, if you're asking me one or the other, like if I can only watch one or the other,
It's gonna be Star Wars.
yeah. Well, as a universe overall, I like Star Wars better. But
Hmm.
Lord of the Rings, and I love Lord of the Rings as well.
What?
The eyes. What was the universe? I like. Surprise and maybe with like a hint of rage, maybe.
No, it's cool. I
Sure.
kind of figured everyone.
If we're talking
was gonna
about
say
just
Star
the
Wars.
movies,
Yeah, I mean,
if it's just the movies, I'd rather watch Lord of the Rings movies, I guess.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about just as a franchise, I'd go with Star Wars.
Curious. Have you read the Silmarillion or any of the extended universe for either? I
you
guess.
didn't read any of the books, right?
Nope, none of the books.
None
for
of the
Star
books
Wars
for-
I did, but
You
not
read
for
expanded universe for that.
some, but
Okay.
not Lord of the Rings. Candy has been reading the Silmarillion and the Hobbit and stuff, so we discussed a lot of it. I know the story, the ins and outs of Silmarillion and the Hobbit and stuff like that. But
We got some good
well, I mean,
shit
I read
going
the
on
Hobbit
there.
back in the day, but I didn't read the Silmarillion. I didn't read.
Right.
Um,
I was just curious, like, because that's got a whole mythology backed behind it that they
oh
don't
yeah,
even.
no, I know
really
all about the
they hint
Silmarillion.
at
I
in
think
the-
is fantastic,
in
like
the main.
in concept. I don't think it's written incredibly well. I don't like the way it's written, which is why I didn't get into it.
You
but-
probably don't want to read the books.
You probably don't. Yeah, there's a
I
question
love
of style.
The books, but
Yeah.
I like dry, boring books.
Me too, to some degree. There's a different kind of payoff for me. Like the
Yeah.
action sequences aren't where I like
Yeah.
flip through and I don't know. It's the world building I think is huge for me. So
It gives me time to like think about what's going on. Like
Right.
I can visualize stuff that's happening rather than just all the action happening. It doesn't give me time to think about it in my mind.
right.
How about you? What would you pick?
I've thought about this before. And I rounded out. Lord of the Rings for me.
Really?
Although I do like Star Wars considerably more than you, Irene.
High five in the air.
Yes.
That wasn't bad.
It wasn't.
You first
Um,
thing?
Nah.
No, it wasn't.
It was bad.
You didn't
It
do
was
it right.
gentle. It was a feminine.
You didn't do it right.
It was.
He's being nice.
The high five was bad, and we should feel bad. We got Star Wars that I've been watching since I was little,
Mhm.
but then Lord of the Rings that I was read to since I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Rankin and Bass stuff that I've been watching since I was really young. So I think I got into Lord of the Rings way before I got into Star Wars.
That's cool.
So I like the world, I like the whole mythology and the stuff a lot better. And I tend to fault on fantasy over sci-fi, like just on any given day, I'll take swords and elves and shit over lasers and robots.
Sort of samesies. That was going to be my follow-up question. Was sci-fi or fantasy?
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay.
We're
You
on a
answered
wavelength.
it,
I'm
so-
stealing shit from your
yeah,
head today.
It's fine. It's all gonna get out there.
Yeah, it'll translate
Yeah.
in post. Yeah, that was the intro.
All right.
It was lovely. We only have a slight tap in today. It's we've got Ben. I don't know how to. Maybe we should ask him because I know your last name, Ben, but I don't know how to pronounce it in words.
Aussie.
Nunquam. Nuncum. Nunquam.
Nunquam?
Maybe.
Nunquam?
I don't know.
Nunquam?
That Ben.
Nunquam?
He had a suggestion for the drunk cast, which was 10
Yes.
that we haven't done. 10 to be upcoming after 11, or sometime after
Naturally.
whenever we get our
Definitely
shit
will
together.
happen before we do this one, and has
Right.
already happened by the time you listen.
It has a placeholder that is to be 10 no matter when we do it. Yeah, he said we should do Skyward Sword. I don't know how on board I am with this, but he said we should do Skyward Sword, and the challenge is we've got to drink every time, some might call them Fi or Fee, the sword, gives you advice. Gives you some advice.
I just assumed you
Is
had
this
done
like
it
a
very-
Navi situation? Because I never played Skyward.
Yeah, the
I never
sword
played-
is your companion, so it's the one that talks. It's your Navi.
I never played Skyward Sword either, and
I played a bit. I don't like it, though.
I never played Skyward Sword because I fucking hate motion controls. in
Yeah?
this situation.
I
Yeah.
liked Twilight Princess. I didn't like
I played the
Skyward
shit out of
Sword.
Twilight Princess, but I played it on GameCube.
Right.
It fucking was supposed to be
I
played.
didn't. I played on a Wii.
I hate motion controls. So Skyward Sword, I've played and almost played through every single Zelda game, except Skyward Sword, and that's the most recent one, and it sucks that I haven't beat it because.
I think so too. I haven't beat Skyward Sword and I haven't beat Zelda 2, Link's Adventure.
Did you play the GBA?
I didn't beat
They're really
the Oracle games, but I did play through Minish Cap.
I think I did beat both Oracles. I
The
played the
Oracle
shit out of
games-
like Game Boy Zeldas
They
back
were
in the day.
good.
The Oracle games were good, yeah. I mean, those are probably the only two that I haven't played all the way through.
There's some intertextuality.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Intersexuality
The fucking
between links.
motion controls can. I don't know, man.
The
It's gonna-
sexiest
it's gonna
link
slow that
party
for me.
ever.
I'd be willing to try it though. I'd be willing to try it.
I'm probably gonna veto that because I'm not particularly. I mean, I like you, Ben. You're a cool guy, but I don't want to fucking play your game.
Do any of
Yeah,
us
but-
own the Skyward Sword? I don't
No,
think I have
motion
it anymore.
controls.
No.
No.
It has.
Especially
If you look at
for
my,
drinking, I kind of wonder if that's a bad idea.
you know
Yeah.
what? Look at my Wii collection, and none of those games had motion controls, with the exception of one. Because
Right.
of fucking Brian.
Right.
Is it Mad World?
No, it's because of Super Mario Galaxy.
It
Because he convinced me to buy it
He
because
did.
he was like,
I was there that day.
"Were
I think.
you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, "You got to play his best Mario game he's ever played."
Was it at Dimple?
And, yeah, it was
or-
at Dimple.
Yeah,
I think
I
you
was
were
there.
Galaxy?
And I was like, okay, I like Mario games, and I haven't played Galaxy, I'm gonna try it, except it has motion controls, and I fucking hate motion controls. He's like, no, there's no motion controls. Do you remember that?
Brian, if you're listening, how dare you?
No, but then I brought it home, I tried it. There's hella motion control.
The game is a motion
and
control.
so I was like, I don't know, I did try it. I played it a little bit of it, and it's fun. I just when I'm sitting down on a couch, I don't want to exercise. I barely want to
Control through
press.
emotion.
I barely want to press buttons with my thumbs. I want
I hate buttons. I have
straight
to
up
reach
matrix
for.
jacking.
yeah.
I want to lay down.
Video
and-
games by the speed of thought.
Yeah, I barely like using my.
How
fucking
cool would
thumbs.
that be, though?
Great.
Very.
Like to just be looking at the screen and then like only controlling stuff with like what you're thinking about. Man,
Yeah.
like jump over that thing. No, why won't you do it when I think it? You are doing it when I think it.
Esports would be interesting.
Esports would be interesting.
Maybe
Ooh.
like real sports.
Do you guys find that your hands cramp up a lot easier now when you're playing games?
I have never stopped playing games to this moment.
Right.
So
So
you're very well.
I have to do some serious shit before my hands cramp up, and it has happened in my adult life. I'm surprised not more. Those are some idle days.
Mine too. Mine are really well conditioned, except for whenever I'm playing computer games. I play like this. This is the WASD, and then I've got this one for on the mouse, but my pinky always curls under like that for some reason.
Oh, dude, you know what that means?
You totally gay, bro. Wait, you got pierced on which left? Was it the left? You're gay.
No, the left one means you're.
Yeah, left is
No, the
right.
left
and
is
right is
straight.
gay.
Yeah.
So I got
See,
the wrong
Aaron
stuff.
knows.
That's how I learned it.
Mhm.
Are any
You
of
learned
us
the hard
boys
way.
pierced? No.
No, not visibly.
Oh.
I've got X piercings, but they were here on the bottom of the left.
I had 3 eyebrow piercings.
That'd be rad.
Not really.
No. Like it didn't.
Well,
it
they
wasn't
weren't all at
great.
the same time.
Okay,
Right.
it's like
We've
this.
been, like,
It was
kinda
just out of my
stupid
head.
crazy.
I walked
Yeah,
with
just
my head leaning to
Like,
one
hey, guess what,
side.
guys? My eyebrow's crazy.
That was hella. That's a whole like Durst trendy right there.
Oh man.
You know
We
who?
are.
Do you know who'd get 3 piercings on their eyebrow?
Who?
Chris knows.
I don't know.
You do know.
No.
You better
Someone
know.
does.
Irene
mention.
apparently.
Somebody who may or may not introduce themselves by screaming chocolate sawfish.
Every time.
That was so organic. Thank you.
Not at all forced.
Not at all. Brought to you by the makers of Ham-Fisted Sigu. So,
Well, let's.
I think Skyward Sword Challenge denied.
We don't
Or
have
polite-
it. That's why,
politely.
actually.
We don't, yeah, none of us
None of
actually
us
have
have
the
it.
You can do it
game.
yourself,
I don't want to
Ben,
spend
if you
money
want.
except to get drunk,
Actually, yeah, do it yourself and then send us the video.
and we'll
Yeah.
put our name on it.
Well,
sure you're not
we have to
right
say.
We'll put it on the Fistful of Potions website.
Thank you for your suggestion.
We'll all laugh, yeah.
Yeah, we might move in a little.
But-
Might move in a different
Or
direction.
maybe like a competitive game. Like I was thinking Smash Brothers, and we might move from there. Like if we don't want to do Smash Brothers,
Smash
then move.
Brothers? Oh no.
Every time you die, take a shot, or every time you.
Oh, no.
I don't
That'll
know.
be rude.
Oh no!
How about every time you die, you don't take a shot?
So every 3 seconds
You're
you're alive,
taking
you have to
shots
drink like.
constantly
Yeah.
until
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't die.
This is all just gonna be bad.
In either instance, I'm sorry, moving down to like a very zen pose because I can't see the screen.
Ben's second suggestion.
His second suggestion, since I'm the one who posts them, that I should put the top 3 in the title. Like
That's
in
not
the,
a bad idea. I
It's
think
not.
that we should.
I thought I used to do that. Apparently, I neglect to.
I think we should reiterate the top 3 question every time we go to the next person talking.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
That'd
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Church.
I mean, that would probably help out too.
Let's do it.
Well, we do like round robin it though, so that would be mentioning it like 12 times.
Okay, maybe not
Maybe
every time.
full round.
Maybe every
about.
other or every full round. Sure.
Mhm.
Either way,
Whatevs.
Or
we
comfortably.
need to make
in
sure
a-
that here's the thing: is we go on a lot of tangents.
Yeah.
So it would benefit us and listener to remind them what we're talking about.
How many podcasts do you guys all listen to?
That's still a
collectively?
lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we go on enough tangents. Which podcasts do you listen to? You listen to the IGN one, huh? The really...
Continue.
I listen to
Cast was
Podcast
20 years
Beyond.
ago.
That's one of them on
What's that?
IGN.
That's the one I love. Continue.
I listen to Podcast Beyond,
Mhm.
Player One,
Sure.
Giant Bomb,
Sure.
Joystick.
Right.
Back in My Play, which I just started listening to, which I actually adore. I love that show. You guys know about that one?
What is it?
It's great. It's called Back in My Play.
Back in My
they
Play?
They do a topic. It's always old school, and they just talk for an hour about that. But they usually have.
This is the segment where we turn people onto podcasts that aren't ours.
I know.
Yeah.
I listen to MultiTap podcast.
Right.
It's the best podcast ever.
If you want to talk about retro gaming, oh man, listen to those guys.
No, but yeah, there's a lot of them I listen to. No, tangents are important. I just think we should.
They are, yeah. I listen to a
uh,
lot of like independent casts that don't have a big name. They're all,
Yeah.
like 10,000 listeners or under. And those are
Which
all,
is a lot of
which is a lot of podcasts.
Oh yeah.
I don't listen to all of the
Almost.
10,000 listener or under
Almost
ones,
every
but
podcast.
yeah,
almost.
but like some of those, oh man. Actually, but some of the over ones, like listen to a Kevin Smith podcast, just off on Tangent Town for an hour 30, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we're supposed to talk about this. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see you next week, and then
But I feel like they can get away with it because
Right.
kind of
People
Very
want to hear his
interesting.
voice.
yeah, nobody cares.
right,
Him.
well, they're talking about his life or something that he finds amusing, then they're amused.
No, what I want to hear from Kevin Smith.
I listen to it,
What the fuck's Clerks 3?
right?
Or they should redo the animated series. Continue it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good
It
Clerks,
was
the animated
great.
series. I liked
So
it.
sad when they
All
did
of Clerks is great.
When I hear Clerks the series, I go straight to Leonardo, well played, Clerks, well played. But when I hear
Leonardo,
just
Leonardo.
Clerks the movies, my first reaction is to bark out, "It's interspecies erotica, fucko!" Not always appropriate.
The one I think about, I forgot what the other thing is he says, but you have any rubber bands or something? He walks in,
Adhesive
adhesive strips. He says, no, rubber bands it is, and walks back out. I was like, oh, okay.
How long are we gonna keep the Ferris wheel together? Love the Ferris wheel.
Man,
Anyway,
we've tangented.
yeah.
Ha
But thank you for the suggestions, Ben.
Thank you for the suggestions, Ben. You are the best listener.
We love you.
Take that, other listeners.
Take that
Step
out
it up.
of it. Ben challenges you to write in as much as he. That's not true. I said that.
Yeah.
So,
Liar.
once again, from the house of ham-fisted Sigus, what we have next is our first round, and I know it's been long awaited, of trivia.
Yay.
We're doing a little different.
Trivia is brought to you today by Princess Irene, Princess_Irene,
At Princess_Irene.
At Twitter.
at Twitter. Just
You
type in
can
at
hear that
Twitter, you'll
first
find
like
her.
20 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so the theme of this trivia, kind of loosely, is 8-bit console classics, but it's pretty much going to be NES because they didn't own like a Sega, so that's all I know. For the first round, it's going to be... So, are all three of you going to play this time?
Heck yeah.
Is that what
We're
we're
gonna
doing?
have 3 contestants.
Okay.
Having a three-way.
So,
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me go.
It's a-
something.
You can get on out of here.
Okay, so the first round, what I'm going to do instead of asking you guys questions is you guys are going to ask me questions. So we're going to do...
We will respond in answer format or in question format.
We're
is-
going to do 20 questions. Is what
Good
we're gonna
God.
do.
Okay.
Yeah. So remember, these are all going to be NES games. So that's your first clue right there. So it's
I actually
gonna
like
be-
I like the cut of this
I do
jib.
too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like by person.
Huh.
We're going to take turns. I'm just going to start with Chris. I
Do
guess.
you
So
go
I have
get
to
it?
ask you
Yes.
questions in order to figure out what game you're talking about.
Yes.
If
yeah.
we
I gotcha.
guess wrong,
One,
are we
two,
penalized?
You're the scorekeeper as well, so you get
No, I
to
know.
you get to
but
figure that out.
What do you guys think? If you get the answer wrong, do you want to dismiss the person from the game? And then whoever
Not
Maybe
from
they're
the
off that.
game.
Maybe they're off that question.
Maybe
That's
they
what I'm
just
saying.
get
Not from the
turn.
game, not from
that's-
trivia, but from that.
From that question.
Yes.
Sure.
Well, we have so many
Yeah.
people asking, and we're all benefiting from each other's questions. I think if you guess wrong, you lose a turn, giving the other people 2 more rounds each before you get to guess again. And
idea.
hopefully
Like that.
you're
Good
close
idea.
already.
Nice.
Great, good answer.
Good
Great
answer.
answer.
Great
you guys
answer.
keep track of that because
Oh,
I
okay.
have to also
That's fine.
score
I'm gonna
and
cheat the
answer
nice
You do
way.
everything.
I like that. I like that good
Okay.
answer
You
bit.
did?
That's
That's good. That was a good one.
We keep doing that. I like it recurring.
That was a good.
This makes me laugh.
Good shtick.
It gives me joy on the inside when that happens. Good,
Yeah.
good
See?
answer.
Good.
Pennsylvania!
Show me potato salad.
Show me cards flute.
Potato salad not for the NES, I'm sorry. No.
Vanna, show us ice taco. No, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Is it ice taco?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, did I guess it early?
Ice Taco.
That's not an NES game. All right.
Super NES.
Super. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Genesis.
So we'll start with Chris then.
Question.
Okay.
My first question.
Yeah.
Question
would
the
be,
first.
Now, can we get pretty specific? Like, is it made by a certain company?
Yeah, I might not know the answer.
Right.
Okay. How about, is it a platformer?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. For tentative response as
Maybe.
a clue.
I was gonna side scroll it a little more. Easier to answer.
Everything's a side scroller.
No,
Nintendo.
some are top down.
It is. Well,
So
yeah.
platformer over what? Shooter or whatever? Just platformer.
Platformer like Mario, Mega
Sure.
Man, those are platformers. Like an RPG would be like Zelda,
I
Final
guess
Fantasy.
it's
Right.
technically.
Zelda 2 would then be an RPG and a
If you
platformer.
jump onto actual platforms and you have
Well,
to stop.
You'll understand when we guess.
Okay.
Sure.
So.
Question the second. I do
Justin.
decree it.
Do you have a guess?
Wait, but I can't guess, right? No,
You
if I-
Yeah, but
No,
if
after
you're wrong,
every
you skip a
question
turn.
You
Yes.
can, but yeah, if
But
you
if
get
you
it
guess
wrong,
it
then-
wrong, yeah.
I'm not gonna guess yet.
Okay.
Right.
Just so you know, that's your option.
My only clue is kind of a platformer.
Well, it is. Okay. I'm
Okay,
just
go.
gonna say yes.
Question the second. I do decree it.
Yes.
Is the protagonist male or female?
Wait, does that have to be yes?
It's a yes or no.
Yes or no?
Is the
question?
protagonist a female?
No.
Nice.
There's no protagonists that are female. Okay?
No.
Females can't be protagonists.
Metroids.
Yeah, but you don't know. You think it's a
Metroid.
boy.
Metroid.
You
what-
thought it was a
In the
boy.
manual, they actually say
It's a
say
he.
This
See?
is gonna turn
I was
into a
just
fist
jinxed
fight
up.
before we get to
I was-
question 3.
Anyway,
I was
Aaron.
totally
But
joking.
does the main character use a sword?
Totally joking.
No.
Ooh.
I love this. This is great. I should do this every
That's a good question, though. That was a good question.
Good question.
Good question.
Good question.
Good question. Is it licensed?
Does the main character fly?
The main character does not fly.
Are
That's
you
a tricky question.
are you able to crouch or lower your
Yes.
height in any way?
Was it a launch title?
I don't think so. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I don't know what number we're at. We're like at 8 or something.
We're past
One,
5,
two,
2,
three,
3,
you're at number
4,
8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes.
Yeah. Question the 8th.
How about at the 10th question?
I do decree it. Does the character ever have the option to drive a vehicle?
Is there an ammo
Wait.
mechanic?
Oh, you might have.
I might have a guess.
I have a guess too.
I have a
Is it
guess, too.
Blaster Master?
Damn it!
That was my.
That was my
Oh!
guess!
Right, right.
Some dicks.
Kind of a platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
'cause
that the
it's a
Zangief?
fire.
No,
He is
Fire.
very-
you do jump once
Yeah.
when you're in Sophia. You're jumping around and shit.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
And he
I can
doesn't
see where you
technically
would.
fly, but it's
Right. I was thinking about that too. I'm like, no, I have an educated guess after this.
Yeah. After you
I
said that
kind of
one,
gave it. Yeah.
Mhm.
that one gave it away.
Well,
See,
that was your hint. So.
I was
Well-
yeah.
Who runs Barter Town?
Master Blaster.
Blaster Master
Yes.
Barter Town.
I guess since you won, how about you start off this
There you
next
go.
question? That's the bonus. For,
Son of a
yeah.
bitch. Wait, he's the only one who can guess, right? Like if
When
it's his turn.
turn. Yeah.
Until he says go.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
That's dumb.
this game is fake.
This game is
Fake.
so fake.
Fake as hell.
Okay. Go ahead and start off.
Let's hear it.
This is you said this is just 8-bit.
NES.
It's all NES.
Alt NES.
Straight up
Regular Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Proper NES.
Is
NES proper.
is this game top down?
No.
Okay.
Trying to think if there are parts that are
I don't have a guess. It's your question.
Does the character use a sword?
No.
Good question. Good question. I like that.
Is it a platformer?
Yeah,
Fuck.
pretty sure. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have the same little like
Formulas.
animal,
It's
vegetable,
Yes.
mineral.
platformer. Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes.
Platformers are. You don't like that term?
I don't. Well, I mean, because
For
some
lack
games
of
like
right.
it's kind of. But yeah, I'm gonna say yes. It's fine.
If it side scrolls and you jump, it's a platformer.
Yeah, it's a platformer. It's fine. Yes.
Okay.
Answer is yes.
Does this game feature a castle?
I don't think so. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Is there any sort of ammo mechanic?
I think probably at one point yes. I should probably know more about the game.
Right.
Right. Right.
Is it a 2-player game?
Shit.
That's incorrect.
Is
right?
this game stage based?
I don't think there are like stages announced or anything like that.
Like
you
Mario
don't
1-1 or something
stop
like that,
and
yeah.
then you go into another stage. I think it's seamless, but there are definitely different areas.
Okay. We've got to be past question 5.
We're
Are we-
past 5.
What time was clue time?
10.
Apparently
10.
it's 10
After
now.
10. Okay.
It doesn't matter. If
you just
guys
asked
really want a
7.
clue.
What do you go to your question?
It's your question, Aaron. Ask it.
Is there a save option?
Ooh, or is it
I don't
code
know.
based?
Actually, I don't remember.
If
So
you
get to
don't
ask
know, get another question.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you press start, does it bring up a menu or pause? Well,
I think
bring
it
up a
brings
menu.
up a menu.
Oh.
I think it does. Crap.
You said that it's not. He asked if it was.
Sega Genesis.
He asked if it
Choose
was top
Sega
down, and you
Genesis.
said no.
I said no.
Okay.
Ever?
I don't believe any part of it is top down.
Fuck. I have a guess, but that's gonna kill it.
Right.
Um,
I knew it was an important question, damn it. Felt stupid at the beginning. I'm like, no, that's a good one.
was
Good
it
question,
ever?
Justin.
Was it ever in arcades?
Not that I know of.
Um,
Do you guys want the hint now?
Let's hear the hints.
Yeah.
But do I get to guess still?
If you want to.
Were you question
Oh, you mean
10?
after I give the
I'm
hint?
question 10.
I
right?
say yeah, then you get to.
What's the hint?
Hmm.
No, he's 9. It's
1,
not.
2, 3, 4, 5,
I'm just
6,
gonna give the
7,
hint
8,
now.
9.
'cause
Do
it's
it.
a weak sauce hint.
It's not
for me.
10 until
Okay.
after he goes again.
Yeah, he's
because
10.
it's an odd number.
Okay.
Okay.
Boom.
The protagonist is a male.
Thanks.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Do you want a better one than that?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Better uniform.
I think it's a licensed game.
The hesitation there kills the one. I was
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be very clearly be a
Right.
licensed game.
It's
what I was
based on
thinking.
something, but I don't know if they. Yeah, I guess they would need to get a license for it. So
Is there a
So-
magic system in this game?
wait, hold on. Who's going?
Oh no, did you? Is it your guess?
My question was it ever in arcades?
That's a no.
And you said no.
Yeah, I don't have a guess.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I'm sorry.
Magic system? Is there one in this game?
No.
No magic. Okay.
Magic.
This one's
no.
tough.
You said no magic, no guns, right? No shoot or no
I
ammo
asked if
system.
the character has a sword.
No, and you said is there ammo, and she said yes.
Maybe.
Sometimes,
later
and
on,
then
I-
there's not. A...
I honestly don't remember, but it's possible that there is.
Yeah, well, I was also thinking not licensed title. Not-
Yeah, I had a
See-
guess, but it's been
I'm afraid you guys might not have played this game.
I've had 2 that have been moited.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You've got a couple
We just gotta
of
start
them.
guessing.
Do you game over if you die once?
You might, actually. Yeah, I don't know
Might?
if you have.
If we
lives.
all guess, none of us lose a turn.
I'm gonna give you guys another hint because I'm getting scared that you don't know this. One of the weapons is a yo-yo.
Oh fuck!
Goonies 2?
Yeah, god damn it!
Wait, was it your turn?
No! I was gonna say Goonies 2 immediately! It was my turn.
Goonies
if
2
I would
is
guess.
totally licensed. What do you mean?
It
Like,
is,
it's the
well, I wasn't
Goonies.
sure.
There was not an
No,
official
but-
sequel to
It is-
Goonies, but
I did never play this game.
I played the shit
You
out of that
played-
I
game.
never
Goonies
played Goonies
2?
2.
Like, oh no, I'm in the
So
snow.
good.
I want that boomerang.
I saw
They played
Goonies.
the song
That's
from
it.
Cyndi Lauper.
Goonies.
Gotta save this mermaid.
So is
No, I've
there
never
is there a
played it.
weapon that has like ammo in it?
I don't. Maybe
there's
the
a
Molotovs.
harpoon. There's a
Molotovs.
harpoon, but I don't know
Yeah,
if
you have a
just throw
limited
that
amount of
once.
some stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, okay. Sorry. That was pretty crappy. I'm sorry, guys, for my answers.
I'm glad
for
I
that one,
played it.
because I
Because now I'm thinking of
clearly
Goonies
didn't remember
2.
as well as I thought I did.
Goonies 2 needs to have him.
Did I win that
Josh
one?
Brolin's still around.
Or did you win that one?
Josh
Yeah.
Brolin's busy being Thanos. I'm sorry.
Is he Thanos?
He's the voice of Thanos.
He's hella Thanos.
He's hella Thanos.
Hella.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Thanos looking ass motherfucker.
Thanos is
So
fuck.
who technically got that?
I don't know.
Thanos is
It was-
I'm
Too
sorry.
bad.
You
Well-
said it was our turns don't end until we pass it on, but you
Yeah.
don't give hints mid-turn usually. You just kind of threw it out there.
You asked your question.
Yeah.
She gave a hint.
You
I
still
think
have the
Nothing against you. I think I'd give it to Aaron because I kind of did the same thing where I had a guess and then
Let's give it to Aaron.
yeah.
Yay!
Okay.
Goonies 2.
You're really gonna guess Goonies 2?
I was.
Then you
I'm like,
got
oh,
it.
yo-yo, you do it, and it's
I
almost
don't
like
think there are
this,
any
but
other
not
games
hit people
that
with
have
it.
were any
You
good
get
for the yo-yo,
Use a yo-yo on. Is it Dennis the Menace?
Dennis the Menace wasn't
No.
on regular Nintendo.
Oh, you're right. Never
fuck,
mind.
like-
I think Goonies 2 is the only one.
so. Did
Then.
not play Dennis the Menace.
Trying to think of other
Oh,
yo-yo
sad.
ones that you might have a yo-yo in.
Okay.
Freaking Fester's Quest.
Fester's
Quest.
He only has guns. Yeah.
Like a vacuum.
With a
or
gun.
something.
Yeah.
It's a
vacuum
weird-
gun.
Vacuum gun.
That's great. I think I'll know this next game a little better.
Hopefully, I know this game.
I'm pretty sure
Okay,
you
okay.
played it, or you at least have heard of it. and
You thought I played
seen-
Goonies too.
I can understand not playing Goonies 2, but this next
No.
one, I'll be very shocked if you know.
Am I ejected from this podcast if I haven't played this next game?
No.
Okay.
You got this
I'll feel
underdog
bad for
Android
you.
Cupid.
Okay.
Where was that from?
What's your first question?
Is this game a side scroller?
No.
Neat.
Finally.
Right.
That rules that platformer probably. There's those like fucking Cupid.
Is it an RPG?
No.
I have a guess.
Is it isometric?
Nope.
Do
Do you use a sword?
You have a guess?
Do you box in it?
No.
Damn it.
Your question is irrelevant.
No, I thought it was Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah.
Good guess.
I pointed at you with much impunity.
But I didn't want to use my. That was my way of guessing without wasting my.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
You
that's how we play the game.
Do you play as Little Mac?
Is there a magic system?
No.
Fuck, man. Is this a game?
It
Yeah.
is a game. Yes.
It's not a side scroller. Doesn't use magic or swords.
What do you got?
So by side scroller, you mean the screen scrolls, right?
This moves from left to
Right.
right.
Left
Is
to
it
right.
a
as opposed
game
to
show?
top.
scroller.
Yeah.
As opposed to top
It
down.
is a side view, but it doesn't scroll.
Okay.
I guess that's your hint.
Right.
Is it a game show?
No.
Was it a launch title?
I don't think so.
Is it two-player?
Yes.
Is it Bubble Bobble?
Yes. It is.
That wasn't what I wanted.
Hola Bubble Bobble.
Good job.
Hold
Thanks,
on.
man.
I was gonna say Mario Brothers.
I was gonna ask if you drop bricks.
Well, that's why I asked if it was a launch title. Because
Oh.
launch title would eliminate a bunch.
Right. Thanks for paving the way, guys.
Yeah, you're fucking
I
welcome.
feel like you asked all the right questions for me.
Thanks for winning, Jack.
Thank
How
God
many,
you guys are
in this
here.
round?
Yeah, man, I'm not winning shit.
I have a few of them, but I
Sorry,
wanted to
Rob.
see how long they were going to take, so we don't have to do all of
We're
them.
getting better.
Just sassy black woman head whip.
God damn it.
I don't know if I want to do the next one. 'cause I
Only
don't
your
know
hair
if
was
you
longer.
played that one.
Let's do it.
I got shit whipped in
Okay,
the
well,
face
yeah.
by your hair,
What's
dude.
the game?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Hmm.
You want to start, Piper?
Yes. Yes. Is the game... Well, I'm gonna do it again. Is this game a top-down?
No.
Is this game licensed?
No. Not that I know.
Is it an RPG?
No.
I could see where you'd be sad if I didn't play Bubble Bobble.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of like an iconic.
You're right.
Is it a side scroll?
It is. You can guess.
Do you shoot in it?
Yes.
Is it Mega Man?
No.
Damn.
Lose turn.
Yeah.
Give him time to eat.
Is it stage-based?
It's not stage based, but it does have areas in it.
Not levels, but areas?
Yes.
Okay.
There's no like it doesn't tell you, oh, you're moving into a different area.
Stage-based, I think I mean by like levels, where you have
They'll literally
blocked
Okay,
out. You have
actually, no,
one
I'm
level
sorry.
and that's it.
A
I think
screen
it is
comes
level
up.
based. Now that I
Okay.
think about it, yeah. Sorry, it is level based.
Low base side scroller. What was the other clues?
Not licensed.
Not
You can
licensed.
shoot.
Don't use a sword.
You
Yeah.
can shoot.
I see. I'm so afraid you
I
guys can.
have a guess, but I don't think it's right. I mean to save it.
Okay. We're between people, right?
Yes.
Okay. You want to hit?
Yes.
You might have seen this game name in the movie.
Was that
I know that's not much of it.
was that movie The Wizard?
I guess that's your question. Skip, Chris. Your turn. Favorite.
Fuck, man, I wasn't ready. Is the protagonist a male?
Does it involve barrels?
No.
Does it involve
I don't think
barrels?
so. I don't believe there are any barrels in the game.
You shoot. It's level based.
Oh, well, then you do shoot.
It's side scrolling. Are you wearing armor?
Yeah. A type of armor. Yeah. Not like, fantasy, like, plate armor or anything
Right.
like that, but you're wearing some kind of,
And not like space armor, but like.
not like a spacesuit.
Okay. That's good game
Alright,
show
but it's
music.
not licensed.
Yeah, I had a guess.
Was it RoboCop?
If it's licensed, I don't know what it's licensed on.
It wasn't RoboCop.
It was not RoboCop.
Is that your first guess? Robo-
No, he was saying.
I said it's not licensed, so it's not RoboCop. That's what I was thinking.
My first guess was Mega Man.
Is there a vehicle ever in the game?
No.
Good
Fuck,
question.
Yeah.
that's the one that broke me. I had a guess.
What was your guess?
Sexist.
Zexis.
I'm not sexist.
I was gonna guess Google 13,
I'm not sexist.
but Google 13 is
After
vehicle.
Aaron goes, I'll
Right.
give another hint. That probably
Google
won't
Borducci.
help.
Yep.
Google Bordello.
Does it use a light gun?
It doesn't.
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
So
Like that.
I'll give another hint.
Sure.
Hopefully, maybe this will help out. There are shops in the game that can appear randomly, possibly. Actually, they might be in static areas, and you can call them also. You can call the shops to you.
Shop caller.
See, I don't think you.
You said it's not an RPG. We already asked that one, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, because side scrolling, you shoot. You can call shops to you.
You can call shops to you.
Man, I'm pretty good with Nintendo games, and I'm
You're
pretty stumped. Yeah,
I'm fairly stumped.
I can start throwing out names and just.
Like I think of
I
is
mean,
either licensed
Right.
or.
I think we're going to end with Aaron on this one, and if nobody gets it because you guys are sounding stumped, then
Sure,
maybe we'll
I
just
don't-
leave it for the viewers to get. The
Maybe.
viewers that watch the sound waves.
Viewers, answer us this audio question. What is the answer to question number?
I want to see if you own it.
Is it 3? Question the third.
All of this.
I know. Okay, nothing.
You're not even going to ask a question.
Who's in
Oh, was it my
Game
question? I thought it was
Yeah.
my guess.
I don't know.
Unlicensed is.
We don't have a. Is it Japanese?
I think it was made by a Japanese.
That's my
company.
question.
Yeah.
I didn't ask a question.
Oh.
Your question, though.
Yes. I was gonna say that was.
Might as well throw out guesses since this is the last one. See if your turn doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you already guess?
no.
Do you want?
Action game that you can call Rolling Thunder.
Dino Wars. I've got nothing. I don't know.
No.
It's not licensed. It's a shooter. Fuck, it has vehicles. Never mind.
Way to go, Piper.
Ah, I fucked it.
I fucked it.
Or what's the rule? No using old prospector language. Concern it.
No talking like a grizzled 1940s prospector.
Concern it.
You
Dag
can do
nabbit.
this, Aaron, I believe.
You can drive around the south and charge 2 bits a gander. 2 bits a gander.
2 bits again. I'm pretty sure it's not this game, but I'm gonna guess it anyway. But before I guess it, I'm gonna ask: does the main character look like Paul Hogan?
What?
Were you gonna guess Bayou Billy?
I was going to guess the Adventures
Damn.
of Bayou Billy.
Yeah, not Bayou.
Not
It's
Bayou
not
Billy.
Bayou Billy.
Yeah, but
Not
you
licensed.
didn't guess that. So technically,
No.
yeah. I don't know.
Is it like, what was that called? Is it like Adventure Island or something like that?
No.
What are those called?
Oh,
The stupid.
Hudson's
Adventure
Adventure.
Island.
Hudson's
He
Adventure.
throws.
skateboard
That's
game.
Hudson Soft. He throws hammers
Oh.
and boomerangs.
And like fruit out in front of him, right? Like,
He collects fruit.
It is definitely,
Billy.
Totally, definitely.
definitely beyond a shadow of a gander.
That's 2 bits.
Sometimes wish we had a camera so we could do like the faces.
Yeah, just.
Well, I know it's not licensed.
We'll take pictures of our thinky faces
throw it
and
out
post
there,
them
bud.
up.
But even still, I'm gonna say, The Adventures of Darkwing Duck.
Then there's totally-
Um,
No,
But
none of
now,
you guessed it.
let's
So
get
I'm gonna take all of your
dangerous.
points for
okay, good. We're even.
everything.
No, you're down 1.
You want to do one more guess?
Yeah.
Fine.
I want to guess.
Everybody gets 1 more guess.
There's some game. Oh.
This one.
Top Gun.
That was Demon Sword.
Billy
It's
Towers.
Top Gun.
No, it was Demon Sword. Right next to you.
Demon Sword's dumb.
Is that the one where you like run around like an extreme ninja, like jumping hella high into the trees? Like,
That's Legend of Kage.
Mm.
I think Demon Sword did that too. Didn't it?
Demon Sword did it too, actually. It's a
Um,
ripoff of
I
Legend
think
of
his
Kage.
name is Cage.
You're right. It's with a K.
Cage Moosh.
Cage mush.
You're right.
Cage
Demon
Mushu.
Sword is the total
Mushy.
ripoff of Legend of Kage, actually.
Cage Mushy.
Legend of Cage. I don't know. There's a couple games that you don't shoot though. So that's I was gonna say I was gonna ask Time Lord, and then
Time Lord. Good answer.
yeah, right.
I fucking love that game.
Time Lord's the shit,
It is the shit.
but you don't shoot.
Not before technically Doctor Who existed, but still a damn good game.
That game is good.
It was a good game.
Uh,
You're all Western, you're all medieval. You go to several different points in history. You
there's
go
hella secrets
future,
in that game too. I like this.
That's
I love
not-
the secrets in that game.
2D side scrolly though. It's type.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? It's all like
Hell
move
yeah.
up and. Don't you? You have like a
It's
3D.
like-
You have like a Sunset Riders field where you can go up
Sunset
and.
Riders is a shit.
I know. I know.
I don't know. I give up, man. I don't like it, but I give up.
Are we
Because
leaving
we
it
have
to
to
the
move on.
Yeah,
Mylon
Wait,
Secret
we
Castle?
have to know. I want to know the answer.
but I
He can
can't
edit
do
it.
that.
I can't.
You can edit it out.
So are we leaving it for the
Hurt Locker.
listeners? Good answer. I like that.
Chris wants to guess,
Okay.
so I don't know. He wants to know the name.
One more hunt. One more hint.
One more hint.
One more Helen Hunt.
The protagonist's name is Bang, and his girlfriend's name is Mary.
Why?
Yeah, she
I
is.
still don't know what it is.
I know. Yeah. Wow.
There's a mountain involved.
Lord of the Rings. NES.
Bang and Mary.
The thing that's on my shirt.
Bang
Right.
Mountain Quest: The Journey to Save Mary. That was a movie. Like, this is the Bang Mountain Quest: The Journey to Save Mary, and he's like, I know, Kumar.
Fuck, I got no idea.
How about with this hint? There's a character named Tom Guycott.
Tom Guycott.
I don't know if you guys played this game.
Is this a game that like your uncle invented and then
Yeah.
only you
No.
played and then
Anybody-
No,
played?
no.
My uncle works for
Yes,
Nintendo
if
and
it
just
wasn't
roll
a
the
movie,
codes.
I'm pretty sure at least one other person
No.
played it.
Yeah, that's an assumption. What I should do is just edit this out in there, like when you say the name of the title, and be like, "Ooh," and that's it. Like,
Should be like, oh.
And we're all like, ah!
it's just like the name of the game, you guys, is "Hooah!" and then like,
Well, that ends round 1 of trivia. Sorry about that, guys.
that's okay.
It's okay.
Not that it was poorly put together. It was just I'm feeling good about our prowess after round 1.
You should feel good about your prowess.
Mine.
You're kind of in the lead.
I feel good about our collective prowess, lest these other gentlemen beat me up.
Ha ha!
Not prowesses. Prowesses.
Prowess.
Prowess. Prowess.
Provolone.
Prowess.
Pasta per giorno.
Ha
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Ravioli.
Nice mozzarella.
So what's next, sir?
The next on the agenda is, give me just a moment,
Yeah,
is the top 3 with Chris.
The top 3 this week is going to be game series that are very popular,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't give a rat's ass about.
Mm.
Today we're going to be hipster.
Yeah.
And this has to be game series?
Doesn't have to be games
one
/
game?
series.
Okay.
Just stuff that seems to be very popular. Sells millions of copies, but you just don't have any interest in
So there
whatsoever.
are 2 series.
2 series?
Well, sell millions of copies, and I have no interest in.
Doesn't have to sell millions. Just
Right,
an
just a
example.
really popular.
Like something that's very, usually widely regarded, highly regarded and loved, but you just don't have an affinity for
Not
whatever
bad.
reason.
Sure.
I'd like to know what those are and maybe why you don't care so much.
Maybe start off with you, since you have a canned answer that is a fairly good one.
My first one is the Assassin's Creed series.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The Assassin's Creed series, super popular. It's turned into a yearly franchise, it seems, and they always sell tons and tons of copies. But man, that game is a definition of brand fatigue to me. Every time you turn around, there's a new fucking Assassin's Creed coming out, and I don't give a shit.
They made that a yearly title after a little
It's
while.
totally a
Pretty
yearly
much.
title.
After
Assassin's Creed 4 just came out. Now we've got Assassin's Creed Rogue. We've got Assassin's Creed Unity.
yeah,
Like, not to mention the
Charlie Murphy's in this one,
that was Rick James.
right? The darkness is spreading.
But yeah, Assassin's Creed's my number 1. First one.
Okay, you're not your number one.
We're gonna go.
It's not your P.
No, I don't necessarily have an order.
Okay.
But Irene,
I
what do you
like
got?
Skyrim.
You don't like Skyrim or
Skyrim.
Elder Scrolls?
Yeah.
In general?
Well, all
whole-
of Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls?
Well, I never
Oh.
really played any of the other ones,
Okay.
but Skyrim I think is just boring.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
Yeah,
Good
good
answer.
answer.
Like that, yeah.
Good answer.
Don't give a shit about Skyrim.
Do not give
Or
Why
any
not?
of them.
fucks about Skyrim because it's boring. I tried. I really did. We even put the Macho Man skin on the dragon.
That
Right.
was only good for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That is, and
it
then
was
you
just
want that
like,
off,
I don't
yeah.
fucking care what happens
Hmm.
in this game.
That's
It's boring,
fair.
nothing
It is
happens.
fair.
So,
It's a fair thing.
Thank you. I'm
Balance.
glad that that is fair.
It is.
Mr. Aaron Cordero.
I feel bad so far because I like, well, to a point, I like the Assassin's Creed series, and I like the Elder Scrolls.
Don't feel bad.
usually.
These are personal
Yeah.
preferences.
You're gonna
I
hate
know,
my
but now I
next
feel
one.
like a
most,
tool.
most people
Like a-
like these games. Most
Right.
people like Assassin's Creed. Most people like Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
It's,
You
Feel
did
like-
Falcon Punch me for the next one.
Mine's
Whoa.
rough because I got like
Is that a hint?
No.
Okay.
Really?
I
Well,
got like
I
a
think that's
million
0.
maybes.
Fuck you.
Mr. Aaron,
I got like a million maybes and like maybe 1 or 2 hard ones. And I know if I think harder, I can find more that I'm like, oh.
just give your
Right.
hard
I'm
one.
trying
then.
not to give fucks about. One, this one's not a video game per se, but it is Magic the Gathering.
Uno.
Okay, that's fine.
I played the shit out of
That is
Magic when
fun.
I was a kid,
The
and
card
then I
game.
realized like a couple years in, I don't like Magic.
Right.
It's not fun, and I spend money on it. And why am I still playing? I should quit.
Yeah.
And
fuck
then I
Magic.
did, and it's still around to this day.
Nobody curve, but people are going back and subbing, and I'm like, why? Nobody curve, but like, I don't understand why people are going back.
I played like 5 years of that game.
After
Oh,
Mysts,
World of
it's like,
Warcraft?
seriously?
Wait, what's your...
They
So wait,
put
That's
Magic.
it. Magic.
Magic. Mr. Piper, games or game series that you do not care for, but are popular.
Most recently, I guess my ire has been risen by the release of Halo 5. And since number 1, like I've played 1 and 2, and I played a bit of 3 for multiplayer, because I played 2 for multiplayer. I just can't give 2 turtle shits about any
Halo?
of those games.
Yeah.
Any. From 1. Like,
Well-
I just do not care. Everybody's like, Mark, 316 or whatever on this time. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I don't care about the Flood. I don't care about the Arbiter. I don't care about what happens to Mr. Chief.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Halo was one of mine, actually.
I'm
And
sorry.
mine
No,
also,
no.
but
That's
Maybe I'm
okay.
just a thief today.
dozens of others that I can choose.
Yeah.
Cool.
We hate lots of things.
Yeah.
Anything new.
Anything new.
Is
I think
Dumb.
crap. Anything new is dumb. Everything old is better.
I don't understand the appeal of Halo. Like,
Right.
it's very generic to me. Like, people always praise the storyline and shit, and it's like,
Right.
it's aliens invading Earth, basically, and the guy's name is... his Master Chief is not a name, it's a fucking rank.
Yeah. They're all
And
talking about it like, the Mark 6 armor is out this year. I'm like,
he's
for
a,
Iron Man? No,
he
for
is
Master Chief. Fuck off.
he is a characterless
Immediately.
protagonist. Like, he has no fucking depth to him. He's just a fucking...
There's no depth to the game.
No.
I don't know. I think...
I mean, some people do
they
find
tried
it,
to,
though.
They tried
Hey.
to literally inject depth into that storyline by writing books after the fact.
And they do have some literature.
They
do
let
they
Yeah,
not?
they
you carry
do.
2 different guns.
Super generic.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. That's
actually, and then
That's
my
my
other one was World of Warcraft. Because you guys already
Dang.
you kind of mentioned that already.
hmm
it wasn't one of his.
Wasn't one
Speak
of
on
mine.
Warcraft.
It's on there, but I
Okay,
figured it'd be
I'm
mentioned.
gonna stick with World of Warcraft then.
Yeah,
Should.
I don't give a fuck about World of Warcraft.
You should.
established.
I never have. Even when it first came out, the fucking day it came out, I
was-
thought that shit looked like garbage.
I was so
I
hyped
was-
when it came out.
I thought World of Warcraft looked like a fucking N64 game, and I still do. I think World of
'Cause it
Warcraft,
still does.
when it came
Because it
out,
still does, yeah.
everybody was praising it for like, it does, all these systems are so great, and like fucking other MMOs did that shit first. It ripped off other MMOs and then put it in its own game.
Right.
And none of it's visually appealing to me. I think all the races look like shit. I don't know. I think World of Warcraft's
I think
crap.
you're a very style-driven guy.
I do.
I am.
that's why you
I
said
have
14.
a query. Is that only purely aesthetic, or is it gameplay as well? The gameplay's bullshit for
The
you.
gameplay for me was nothing special. It's very cookie cutter. It's very run of the mill. Like it didn't do a damn thing for me. Like every other fight. Like actually, the game that I was playing
Right.
when World of Warcraft came out that I thought was way better was Lineage 2.
Mm.
I thought Lineage 2 did everything better than World of Warcraft, but no one jumped on.
A lot of
What's
games look.
better.
It did butts way better.
Talk about Terra then.
You pick a dark elf. Well,
Terra would not
Terra is
Terra does butts better.
I
Terra's
picked a
main-
Dark Elf for that reason. You run, you lean forward, and you go,
Yeah,
and I'm just
and
like,
it's on.
I don't care how long I have to go.
I'll run.
Oh, I got 15-minute run. It's whatever.
Terra is actually the team that makes Terra is comprised of a lot of Lineage 2 people. A lot of people consider Terra kind of Lineage 3 spiritually. But yeah, anyway,
Wait.
Irene, series that you don't care about that are popular.
I
What
was
do you
gonna
got?
say one other thing about World of Warcraft.
Okay.
What I really don't like about World of Warcraft now is that so much of their shit doesn't matter now. They went back and like redid a bunch of the Stardy Zone shit because the Stardy Zone shit didn't matter anymore.
Stardy Zone.
But now they have everything on such a quick treadmill to get to high level, it still doesn't matter. You will see like 20% of the shit they went through that nobody cares about, and you will roll your eyes and be like, when am I going to be high level? This
Well,
is all
you can
dumb.
just buy a level 90 now.
Now, yeah, you can also just buy
It's
a
just
fucking
more
character.
bullshit.
That's
Like,
some
way
shit.
to
Yeah.
fully just discredit everybody who like spent fucking hundreds of hours or however long it takes to get. It's World of Warcraft, so it probably takes like dozens of hours to get to level 90. But it's just, I think it's, I don't know, that game. Anyway, I really.
You call it caca garbage?
What do you got?
Yes.
Cocky
World
duty?
of Cock garbage.
Right.
I was actually going to say something about WoW. Because I too played it. But
Yeah.
You hate WoW too? Can I get a high five?
I do fucking hate
WoW.
WoW.
I have something slight to show you. I don't know if it's
Okay.
it won't change your world at all, but
They
they're
upgraded the graphics, huh?
they're
They're working on
upgrading of the graphics
Oh, okay.
as
Finally,
of
after
whatever
10 years.
whatever patch. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you've been playing for a decade now. Your people look
Which
better.
ones are they doing?
Now that it looks like a game.
Everybody.
I
Now-
don't think WoW was popular because it was like amazing or anything. I think it was just
No.
easily accessible for a lot of people. It was a lot
Right.
of people's first MMO. And
But that's
They-
what I get. I don't understand. Its accessibility to me wasn't anything novel. It didn't do anything that other games
was
hadn't
easier.
done before. I don't think. In my
You play
opinion.
EQ.
No, I didn't. Well, EQ,
EQ was
I guess,
hard.
not
It's like
notwithstanding.
its own fucking league.
So World of Warcraft was the easy mode.
I feel
MMO?
like I don't know. Like
And it's
that was my
becoming more
second
so.
MMO, and it felt pretty.
Two layman listeners,
pretty
EQ,
easy to wade
EverQuest,
into.
just in case we got some young listeners. Or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
In which
What
case,
is that?
why are you listening to this? We say naughty swears. What are you doing?
They should be listening to this.
Where are your parents? You should be listening to
She's
this.
getting an
Classically
education.
trained.
Yeah.
You need to get exposed. Become well-rounded.
Not
Say
in front
fuck.
of youth.
Yeah.
He wants to
No.
expose himself
So-
to the children.
Right.
Irene,
My-
what do you got?
My second one is Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
Interesting.
I played it and I was just bored.
Oh man.
Nothing. I don't know.
Oh,
I
no,
can
I
say
think-
that about Mass Effect 2.
All of them.
Pow.
Mass Effect 1 I love. Mass Effect 2 maybe not play the series.
I think we should put that on a topic one
Good
time, like the
start.
differences between it, because I get questions sometimes about like, oh, why do you like one more? Everybody loves 2 and 3.
I love
Everybody loves
1,
3.
And I hate 2 and I didn't play 3.
Well, no, hella people like 2 as well.
People like 2. People
We
credit
should-
2 for being like one of the greatest fucking games of last generation.
We should talk. I completely agree with you. We should talk about Mass Effect one day. I want to
Okay.
open that up on a
Sure.
different.
I played
on a
Mass
topic.
Effect 1. I'll talk about that. I played about
Yeah.
6 hours of 2. And I was just like, fuck this.
You played 1 and didn't like it, or you?
Yeah, which one
Because
did
you didn't
play?
carry
I
over,
remember
right?
which
You
Well, tell me
wouldn't-
why. Tell us why you didn't like it.
It was boring.
Okay.
Okay,
It just
now
was not-
the one you played, did you have ammo and it was a third-person shooter?
That might have been.
Because that's 2 and it's an action game. The first game
It was probably 2 then.
plays more like Knights of the Old Republic kind of, where when you go into a battle, it pauses and you fucking
No,
like
it
give
wasn't
commands
that
and
one.
shit, and you have unlimited ammo because ammo is not relevant. What's relevant is like your stats and your like
Mhm.
the your skills and shit like that.
Although when you just like if and when you ever played number 1, it takes like fucking 12 hours to get on Midgar.
Yeah, I'm not
Like-
gonna play it.
Okay, so it's like a
Getting out of bed
6-hour
is a pain in the
intro
ass,
thing
man.
to try to,
I
like,
think
the
we-
Citadel takes you so long to try and leave, and then after that it picks up.
I'm really snobby when it comes to stuff, so if I don't like any aspect of it, I have no reason to keep playing it. And
That's
that
fair.
extends
words
across
to
a
live
lot
by.
of
If
people.
I don't like
Yeah.
any aspect of it, I
Yeah,
have no reason.
so I'm not.
Right.
I'm never gonna play 1. I'm never gonna play 3. And especially if you're saying like it takes a long ass time. I think we've established that I
People-
don't like to play through boring shit.
Yeah,
Like,
we talk
I gotta
about
get
that
right to the
because
action.
we use that
so-
excuse with you with 12, right?
Yeah,
Right.
With
exactly.
Final Fantasy
I
12,
was
we
like,
say,
get
no,
it
it's
into
great,
an
just
interesting
play
point.
it for 12 hours, and then you'll like it.
I'm gonna call something right now. This is a tip from the tap, a multi-tip, if you will.
Whoa.
Ooh,
This
I
might
like
be our
multi- I like
first.
multi-tips.
Yeah, I got that about you.
And my finger's longer than the... anyway.
It is the first finger is. It is pasta baciorne. Yeah. If you just get over your shit, and if you don't like something, don't pretend to keep liking it. It's just
Yeah.
gonna cause you grief.
I mean, and
It's
this
personal
has happened
grief
before where
and money.
I've not liked something, but then I revisited it
Magic?
and liked it.
Yeah,
But I'm so stubborn that I don't really want to do that because it's just like I don't know. I've made up my mind.
yeah. If you hate something, don't do it
If
for your
someone
friends.
shows me a really cool part and like convinces me otherwise,
Right.
then maybe I'll give it a shot. But like from my own experience, I'm never gonna go back and play
Like
something
the
that I
stuff
thought
you
was
like.
You know what I did with Magic? Because I'm stupid. I was a dumb kid, and I didn't have many friends. And I had one friend who played Magic, and he was older than me. And I'm like, man, this guy's cool. He's older than me, and we hang out, we play Magic. This is fun. I need to get Magic cards, but I don't have any money. What could I do? I could trade in my Game Boy and Sega Genesis and all
No!
my games
Oh my
to this
gosh.
local game store and get a pittance, which I will then
To
trade to
this
him.
local game store.
I will not buy Magic cards with those with the credit, which I could have done.
Right.
I will buy books for Vampire the Masquerade, a
There
game
you
I
go.
do not play, but he knows about,
Interesting.
that he will then take and trade me some of his Magic cards he feels are of worth.
Mm.
Wow.
I was dumb.
Live and learn, my friend.
Yeah.
And then get
Then get
loves.
We all have diapers here.
Just the two of us, diaper baby men. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, well,
Maybe that's that negativity in there that also makes me not like the game.
I like your answer, Irene. Thank you.
Good answer.
you.
I liked it
Answer.
too. I like yeah.
Aaron's
Thanks,
answer.
Aaron.
Aaron's answer was magic again.
And it's my
I
turn.
really fucking.
No,
hate
what do you
that
got,
Right.
Aaron?
I
I
really
can throw out
do.
some of these other later. This one's not even going anymore. Kind of is. Fucking God of War.
Hmm.
Hey, that's a good one.
I don't give a
That
shit.
is a good one.
Yeah.
Kratos is dumb.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You know, I didn't think about that one, but fuck God of War.
Whole series.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Just
you.
lumping
What?
around,
I was
being the
honestly
edgiest motherfucker
wasn't
this side
sure.
of Sparta.
Oh, you mean
Don't
Jump the
care.
Shark the
He's
series?
so
No,
in-
I like him, and I played him up through like 3. I didn't get all the way through 3. I guess there are 5 now or 6.
There's 1 through 3, and then
I
there's
obviously stopped
Ascension,
Right.
and then there's the 2. There's Ghost of Sparta,
That's
and
right.
then there's
The PSP.
Chains of Olympus.
That's right.
So there's that's 6.
There are
yeah.
6. I don't know. I loved the first one when it first came out. I think the novelty then wore off, and I played number 2. I'm like, okay, sure. And I like Greek mythology in the first place, and then I just kind of like by number 3, I was pretty well done.
God of War is a good answer. That's
Good
because
answer.
you know what?
Good answer.
I was working at
That
Game
is-
Crazy
that
at the
was
time when God of War came out, and everybody was on that game's nuts, and like they were
Mhm.
like, it's so look how fucking cool these QTEs are. And to me, the QTEs, that you know what? Because they did the same thing like what I was pissed about in World of Warcraft. Like everybody was praising God of War for QTEs, like they fucking invented it,
Right.
but no one played Shenmue apparently, because Shenmue had fucking
QTEs out the
QTEs
ass.
all day.
Oh damn!
That
That's gonna be so loud.
good. They need
Good.
they need
You needed
drive
to
that
hear
shit-
this.
Drive that shit home. But yeah,
You could take
God of
that
War.
to the
I
bank
like
and
that
smoke
answer.
it.
I like that answer.
Not the series, but the answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Yeah.
All right.
Fuck, it's
So
me.
we're down to Mr. Piper. Game series or games that are popular but you don't care about.
So for me, and I don't know how this series keeps going on. The story was told as of number 1, and then I
Told.
played. It was straight told as of number 1. Gears of War,
I'm with you on that one too.
because and I did like Mass Effect, and everybody's like, you should love Gears of War, and it's
But
just
why?
like a cheap version of what I didn't like about Mass Effect 2 was Gears of War, but better. Like, it did what Gears of War didn't do for
You
me.
got magic and shit.
See,
Right.
they turned. That's I didn't think about that, but if you Gears of War and Mass Effect 2 have a lot of similarities. I mean, they're
They do.
cover-based third-person shooters essentially,
Yeah.
right?
Just
That's
the system
why-
is way more thought out in Mass
Well, it
Effect
has a
than
system. It has an RPG system
Right.
built into it.
the other one is just duck and fire, like blind fire.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I didn't like about Mass Effect
Duck
2.
and fire.
It is
Okay.
duck and then
Gears of War is why I didn't like Mass Effect 2. Because it turned into Gears of War instead of just RPG.
yeah.
American character design, like they're all balding white guys, like
Yeah.
Shepard and Kratos and the infamous guy and the older infamous guy. And,
Balding and then sight
I'm sorry,
Kratos.
shaved heads.
Probably because they are both.
Kratos
all-
looking like a Gregorian monk.
They're just
Just-
They're just all shaved-headed protagonists, but they're not
Right.
memorable. Like you're talking about these Gears of War characters, like that one guy, fucking who looked like everybody else, but he had blonde hair. You know, like in.
Get goggles
yeah.
to set them aside.
All right.
And they're all
Anyway.
hyper masculine. And
Yeah.
Super buff and shit.
I don't
Right.
like.
I don't know.
They don't
Yeah.
have sleeves and
You
they're
know what?
fucking armor vests.
Fuck that Joel from The Last of Us guy, right?
He didn't have.
Am I right?
Shaved
That
head
guy.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah. He was only a little
That guy was
buff.
a fucking tool.
But
Right.
think about the
He was a shade.
protagonists that are good. That
He
you
and
remember.
He and Booker, both
You
white,
remember-
mousy-haired, average-looking dudes who aren't extra buff
You remember both of them because those were good characters.
because they were
right?
both Troy Baker.
Yeah, and they're both voiced by the same person.
Right. And they
Yeah.
kind of, well, I don't quite look like him. They're a little bigger than Troy Baker.
You?
No, they were.
Oh.
Troy Baker's got long hair. and
Troy Baker's.
He's
yeah,
kind of shorter
those were
than they would be.
scarves.
Yeah. Big on scarves.
Scarves.
Scarves. Stellan
Alright.
Scarves guard.
So yeah,
Scar.
that was your second or third?
This is a number 2.
All right, so this is my
I
third.
dropped a
This is
number 2
number
on
two.
you. I ripped
I'm
it
gonna-
grumpy.
You ripped a fat grumpy on that one. I'm gonna. My number 3. I've got a lot that I can pick, but I'm gonna pick just the big one, and that is.
Do it. Just say it, baby. Say it.
Say it, babe.
Say it.
Call of Duty.
Sure.
No. I mean, yes.
What?
I
No.
agree, but
Call of
I
Duty
need to think about one.
can go straight to Hades.
Lick
Can go to
No.
so much hell.
Right.
Hades.
Hades.
Cross that river.
God damn it! I
When
don't,
we
give a-
come to it.
I don't give a fuck about Call of Duty.
I
Call of Duty is
Since
the
when?
only series.
Since
the only
always or
series-
since
Well,
like
no,
2
since
or
a
since
specific one. Here's the thing, like, okay, no, that's the only series that has more brand fatigue than fucking Assassin's Creed, in my opinion.
Sure.
But like, because every time you turn around, there's new Call of fucking Duty coming
Yeah.
out.
I don't know.
Advanced
Like we're
Warfare
not
is
sports
coming
ball people, as I
But I didn't say sports,
But, like-
all sports games can also.
right. I was
I'll
like
be on
Madden's
this
kind of a
list
given
easily,
because
yeah.
they only change the system every decade,
I don't
so they just
know.
release another game. That's sports or like
The only
brand
sports
fatigue to
games
me,
the
but
only sports games
I think that's
like
just discounted.
are
'cause
the ones that aren't real
that's a
sports
given.
games. Like
Mega Man Soccer.
I like Baseball Stars 2. I like Mega Man Soccer.
So what was the baseball
I like-
2029 or something like that? 20
Super Baseball 2020 is the shit.
There it is.
I
Mutant
like
League Football.
Blades of Steel.
League football.
Yeah,
Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl, yeah.
the original NFL Blitz.
As you like crack, then a head comes peeling off.
NBA Jam Tournament Edition.
That was
Anyway.
one Mutant League.
That volleyball game.
Oh, Super Spike
That
V-Ball.
one
Yes.
volleyball game.
Yeah, Super Spike
Yeah.
V-Ball is the shit.
The guy's name was Newt, but it looked like
Yep.
Funny.
Super Dodgeball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like Call of Duty. No, so what's interesting is like, I actually really did like Call of Duty when it first came out.
The World War II games.
Yeah, well, I like Call of Duty 2 a lot. Actually, my first computer I ever built for gaming, I got Call of Duty 2 on it, and I thought it was fantastic. But at the time, it was novel. At the time, big set pieces and just cinematic presentation in a first-person shooter hadn't been done like that. Like the whole storming the beach at Normandy type thing
Yeah.
Right.
hadn't been done like that. So when you saw that at first, it was great.
Well, people
But here-
lost their shit, like old men, or old men, but like middle-aged guys. They're like, "Oh fuck, this is my game,"
Yeah, I mean,
and then it was big and like fairly legitimate.
It's just
yes.
they kept playing the same tune over and over and over. Now I just don't give a fuck.
In the early Call of Duties, in like the World War II stuff, you didn't have regenerating health, and every person you killed dropped like a 25 health med kit that you would have to walk over to pick up, which I think was a great mechanic because if you got in there and kept killing people, you got health back, and if you're hanging out and doing whatever, you're not getting health back.
Well, you know whose fault that is?
America,
Fucking Halo.
the shields.
Get my
the
answer.
regenerating health bullshit. What game did it before Halo? Was there a game that did it before Halo? I feel like Halo kind of pioneered it.
I always called it Halo Health.
Yeah, the Halo health did, and it ruined everything.
Did Mafia come out before that?
Baby mode.
Leaning Against Walls or whatever? Was it Mafia or was it
Mm,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know people like Call of Duty a lot, but I'm just.
I don't know, but with the Mario shit right there, dropping
out.
mushrooms on the ground and picking them up.
Fucking
Fuck
Mario, dunk your head in water and suddenly you have full health.
that. No,
Fucking
no, I'm
stupid.
small. Oh, there's a mushroom. What's it doing in that block? Let me pick it up. Now I'm big again. Thank God. Fuck that Mario
I don't
shit.
remember Mario being
That's some
G.
brand confusion or brand. What's it called? Brand fatigue.
I like the little
Never
like
mind.
Fatigue.
tough. He has like long hairs right in front of his head.
I do.
So when he shakes his head, just the front like goes crazy.
Yes.
It's like chicken
So yeah,
noodle.
that's
is-
my third.
Adds emphasis. It's like a big exclamation point on the top of my head, on the front of my head.
Irene, your third. What do you
That was
got?
gonna be my
Call of
third.
Duty.
But,
Can you
I
come
mean,
on the fly? Do you have another one?
I tried to waste time by jiggling my head around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasted
distracting,
a good
yeah.
5
What do
seconds.
you got?
It didn't work at all. I'm
No.
gonna go with King of Fighters.
Oh
I'm just
man,
kidding.
really?
So kidding.
You're like me, my.
Chris, get out of my
Like,
house.
I was
half the
considered
screen.
like,
So
why?
kidding.
It doesn't have. You can't be fatigued on it because no one ever fucking talks about it.
I was just waiting. When you said king, I was waiting for his... Like, he immediately comes through with the right...
How can you have like? I'm
But
tired.
I
I'm so tired about the 6
Are
people
you
who play
okay?
that game talking about it. I'm so sick of the internet posting things about that every
Mhm.
fucking.
It's so popular.
When you
Right.
find specific
28 years.
forums
Yeah.
that are speaking on it.
We have to bring
Every
it up
6
every
months, they
show.
come off fucking
God.
King of Fighters. I don't know. Chris is going to buy it again because he's a fucking tool.
I know.
They've got my wallet.
Well, they do.
The
I can
wallet's
play King
thing.
of Fighters on like a granola bar and I'll pre-order it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
It just says KOF on the granola
Yeah.
bar. You're like,
I went and tried to play King of Fighters based pachinko machines in Japan.
did you say Pacino machines?
I didn't play a. I didn't play King of Fighters one, but I played a Monster Hunter one. It was pretty sweet actually.
I think you showed us a picture of it.
We broke
It was
Irene.
Irene, what's your third?
Come
Let's
on,
hear it.
Irene.
I don't know.
What do you-
Can I say like genres?
Yeah, go
maybe?
for it.
Yeah.
Why
First
not?
person shooters?
There you go.
Yeah.
Or GTA clones?
Okay.
That's
There
a
are
better
like a
one, I
billion
think.
of them.
Yeah.
Tired
I'm
of
kind of
GTA
tired
clones?
of GTA itself, but
Okay.
Sure.
yeah, there are a lot of.
Go for
options.
GTA if you want. Like,
Okay,
because it's
I
a
don't
strong
know.
show.
Stick to your convictions.
Both of them
They've made
are
several of
equally
those.
like
Shooters
despicable, so.
slash GTA.
despicable.
So you find no joy in like the big open city crawlers where you,
Nope.
you can just shoot
Nope.
or drive or whatever.
How about open world games in general?
I know because
Not-
Skyrim was one of you.
It's funny because I played WoW for a long time. And that's pretty fucking open world. but-
Except that if you go to the
Yeah.
wrong spot, you get eaten by stuff twice
That's
your
true.
level.
Well, yeah, but there are many zones you can level in.
That and they've dumbed it down
there's
so that
three.
you almost can't
But-
enter the wrong zone
In
anymore.
open
level
world, a
bracket.
true open world
Yeah.
sandbox style game like GTA
Yeah, I don't
would
think I like true.
let
open
you go
world.
anywhere at any time.
The
if you
problem is that
really
I
want.
think I have ADD and I can't. Like I need
You need direction.
I need
Right.
direction. I need I need
You
to
like the
focus.
linearity.
Yes. I
As soon
do
as
like
somebody
the
says like you could go to
linearity.
the boardwalk and get a quest, you could go here and you're like,
Yeah.
like
know
tell
what?
me to go to the boardwalk.
I like linear too because that always bothers me when people,
Linear.
reviewers and everybody are always like, it's too linear. It's too linear. Like fucking,
Fuck.
I like
Everything
linear.
on the NES was
Yeah.
linear. What the
Tell me
fuck,
a
did you not
story.
like it?
Yeah, I want to be told a story. I
Yeah.
like linearity.
Yeah,
I
and
like-
then I'm fine with like a happy medium.
Right.
You know, it doesn't because it doesn't have to be completely linear.
There's
but-
games that give you the illusion. You know,
Yeah.
games that give you the illusion of an open world, but really you're kind of following their path.
Like let's take Final Fantasy, Final
I'm
Fantasy
thinking-
7 or something like
I'm
that. They
thinking-
have a big storyline that you have to do, and there's only like 1 or 2 things you can do on the side at any given moment.
Yeah.
It could
Well,
go to Fort Condor. It could go north or whatever, like to hit that little place. But then you've got to go to Coast.
all of the Final Fantasy games that had an open world
Costa
are
del
kind of
Sol.
like that because I mean, once you're out in the open world, it's like do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But
Right.
but you
But
mean
really,
that you
there's
do
a
have to go to
goal
one
that you-
spot, so there's an
to make.
illusion.
Yeah.
Said
Right.
Deus Ex
Yeah.
had illusion because there's a lot of ways.
Which
You're
one?
always
The new
going
one?
the same. Well, the new one kind of, but like the original Deus Ex did more so. You gotta get to the top of this tower and find this dude, the top of the Statue of Liberty, the first level. But you can like hack some fucking robots, or you can storm the building with a gun, or you can sneak the entire way up, and you can go non-lethal or murderous, or fucking talk to hobos and learn passwords. Like you're always doing the same damn thing, but there's like 8 ways to go about it, and I like that.
All right, we're gonna go with open world for her third pick.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm gonna call it Grand Theft Auto.
I don't know why Saints
You
Row
should.
4 became
Yeah.
a like Crackdown.
Although Saints Row is the
They
same
had
fucking
to, I
thing
think.
too.
It is.
I mean,
What's left?
It's like a cheap
Right.
Grand Theft Auto.
we're gonna find
But
out. in
it's
Saints
fun
Row
to
5.
buggy Saints Row.
The
so.
poor man.
Every time that goes on sale,
Yeah.
I think of getting it just to play it for like 2 or 3 hours.
I've been playing 4.
I play it for a couple hours, and I might play it some
actually-
more. I don't know.
I like 4. I think it's fun. but
Fun's good.
it is fun. I mean, it's
Started.
Fun's
Yeah.
good.
Fun is
It's-
fine if you're into that
I'm
sort
a
of
fan
thing.
Fun.
it's
Myself.
it's self-aware.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't try
I'll
to
remember
do
that.
anything that
Thank you.
it's not.
I'll
it
remember
knows
that
And
about
it's
you.
hard to remember.
It knows that it's insane, and it knows that it is what it is, and so it just lets you do whatever the fuck you want.
Cool.
I think it's fun.
Indeed.
But anyway, do you have a third?
I do.
What is your third?
You have several thirds.
Well, I have a bunch of maybes in the pile, but then
Let's
I
just
wrote.
hear him. Just rattle them off. Machine gun.
Say
there.
it,
No,
baby.
I got a third.
All right, what's your third?
It's underlined.
How many times?
It's 2 to 3.
Three.
Holy shit.
Third.
You must
It's
hate-
3, but they're really close together,
must
so it looks
hate
like a
this
big
shit.
thick line.
Is that fucking Xenogears game?
I don't give a shit about Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Oh,
Interesting.
That's fair.
It's
Yeah.
like
Uncharted.
I played a little bit of it,
Uncharted.
and I saw it played, and I think I've already gone off on this before, but
Have you?
you parkour to some place, and then bad guys gotta like duck behind cover and shoot their heads.
I don't think I remember you talking about that.
Then you go to
Me either.
another place, you climb some fucking dumb bullshit that collapses exactly as you get to it. Whoa, that thing almost collapsed. You're okay though, just jump. And then you go over here and you climb up the ancient Mayan fucking bullshit, and you get
Yeah.
up there, you're like, oh my goodness. Only like people with advanced climbing gear could have done this, but here I am. There's 40 bad guys. Better get in waist-high walls.
in a tiny,
How'd they get up here?
like the tiniest defense for it, because I played 1 and
Yeah.
2 and really enjoyed them. I haven't played 3. But they're made like good bad action movies,
I think that
sequence
your
by
problem,
sequence.
I think your problem with Uncharted is that there's too many video game element. Like, you're too aware that it's a game, right? Like, it's a set piece,
Yeah.
and you're just triggering event after event.
Yeah.
Like when you
Right.
said you climb into this thing, and then just as you come off of it, it crumbles. Like, it's gonna do that every time, no matter what, no matter how you time it. It's gonna fucking wait till you leave before it crumbles because it's designed. It's an event that you're triggering. And also, you get to the top, there's a bunch of waist-high cover walls just for you. You know what I mean?
Just for you and those guys who
And
are already here.
The other thing I didn't like about Uncharted, I do like Uncharted, but one thing I don't like about it, it's the same thing that I didn't like about BioShock Infinite, and that's they throw
Careful now, you're on sacred hallowed ground.
fucking 50 dudes. You murder so
Right.
many people in
Right.
in Uncharted with zero like, you're just trying to go through and basically Tomb Raid that shit, right? You're about trying to Indiana Jones that shit. You're trying to find figure out a puzzle to get to some artifact. But when you on your way to the artifact, you murder hundreds of people, and it's never addressed. Like, Nathan Drake is fucking Dexter Morgan.
It is addressed at the end of 2,
Okay, sure.
where that guy who was just like he was the Russian like supposed to be second like lackey.
Yeah.
And it turns out he's just like, oh no, I'm drinking this thing, and then you take it, and he's just like, yes, Nathan Drake, but how many of my men have you killed on
Okay.
your way to get to this promised land?
One line of dialogue is how they address it.
Well, yeah, but they addressed it very blatantly.
But the Gettysburg Address was way longer than that.
It's
Yeah.
true.
I just
If you can
That's the-
applaud its brevity.
There are so many games that don't address
you're
the
right,
gravity.
but
of,
because you're right, but
And-
because it's so cinematic.
Indiana Jones is well
Like-
loved, but he kills a bunch. He killed a sword slinging dude and then didn't think twice. He
You're
just
right.
left.
Yeah, you're right. He's
Fuck that
an
guy.
asshole.
He's a fucking
Yeah, he's
Harrison
Han Solo
Ford.
with a whip.
Yeah,
He doesn't give a fuck.
Fucking shit. That
that's a good answer though. I get it.
Yeah.
answer.
Good answer. Smart golf clap.
Good answer. Good answer.
Justin, number 3. You're rounding it out.
People are gonna hate me for this. I think.
Why?
I don't care.
What don't you like?
I'm gonna say that I used to love this in its probably its infant stages, and then it's just gotten more and more ridiculous over the years. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I love you for that. Thank
Yes.
you.
I was debating Pokemon.
There was at one point
Because I used to love
Pokemon
it.
where they introduced, I think, like each of the 26 letters of the alphabet. There's like, oh no, it's wild X-ish, and then it's just an X. Like, it just pops up. It's like X, and then you like collect, and you're like, oh, I have the whole alphabet. I think I was.
What were those
If I might be
called?
mistaken, I don't know, but they're like different symbols and stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, the dreaded question mark, catch it. I was just fucking done by that. And that might have been the third installment, like third series.
I really liked Pokemon 2 when it first came out. I really liked it.
I loved Red.
I liked the first 150.
Right.
And then once they kept adding and
I
adding
think
and
it
adding,
was
I
after the
lost-
first 150. I was like,
I
oh
lost.
man,
151 was
Shark
okay, 'cause
jumped.
I liked Mew.
right?
But then
Because it's
after
a
that-
baby Mewtwo.
Now it's like 700 or something.
There's
And it's
something
like,
stupid.
fuck that.
And actually, I got X. I played it through. I like it as a game. The game mechanic is cool.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, there's like that's close to 1,000 Pokemon now,
I just
and it's
stopped
getting
caring about it, too,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Or it's been ridiculous.
I used to love it so
I think I'm
much.
done.
I didn't follow
Fucking
Pokemon after like Red and Blue, and then like kind of Yellow. I'm like, awesome! And then I knew more Pokemons came out, but I was like, I would just hear things about them, like, huh, weird. Oh, there's new ones. Oh, that's cool. And eventually I played, I think, Ruby or something like that. And I was, I'm going in blind. Oh, what the fuck is this thing? Oh, what the fuck is this thing? Neat. And I don't think I beat it. So I didn't follow Pokemon enough to hate on it. So I think it still has a wonderful spot in my heart.
Charmander is red, Squirtle is blue. Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Ash's father is never addressed.
I see. It's true.
All right.
Although Ness's is.
Mr.
Well,
Mime!
Good answers, everybody.
Good answers. Thank you very much. That rounds
Good,
out.
good answers all around. I like that
Round of
segment.
applause.
That was
That
a pretty
rounds
good,
out the top 3 for this
pretty
week.
good top 3. Although we didn't reiterate what the top 3
I did
was.
several times.
Did you?
Yes.
You did your own suggestion,
what-
and I applaud you for it.
So the next segment we're going to move on to this week is Game on Tap.
Oh, look
That's
at me.
going to be our friend Irene.
That's gonna be after this.
That's trivia comes after this section.
That's gonna be
We're
the
going to talk about
the princess.
Game on Tap with Princess Irene.
Princess Irene.
.org.
Irene.
What's the game on tap this week, Princess Irene?
Twitter.
I chose Zone of the Enders. And then
Zone?
I was gonna say, what's
Of
Zoe?
Pretenders.
Zone of
Zoe-
Pretenders.
Zone of the Blenders?
Zone of the Spenders.
Zone of Suspenders?
Okay, we'll cut it. Now,
3 rounds of throwdown. You're Mike Tyson. I'm, what's his name?
That other
Joe.
guy.
Glass Joe?
Little Joe.
Glass Joe.
Max.
Flamingo.
Don Flamingo.
Don Flamingo.
I think you lost already.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
He's fucking...
He's too
He's
fast.
ridiculous.
He's
Okay.
too fast.
He is too fit.
Yeah.
What a fucking video game. He had a great video game.
He
Anyway,
did. Anyway, you wanted to talk about
Zone of the Enders is the
Zone
game
of the
on tap.
Lenders.
Why did you pick Zone of the Enders this week? You're currently playing Zone of the
Damn it.
Enders, right? HD version?
Yes.
Is this the first time
Two.
you've played through it? Like the series
So,
as a whole?
Zone of the Enders, I started a long time ago, but I never finished it. And
Right.
I replayed it again in like a day.
Number 1.
Number
The
one.
first one, yeah, and I was kind of sad.
Right.
Because I thought it was. But yeah, then I started playing 2. And
It's because you never finished it back in the day. You were almost...
Yeah,
at
well,
the
I
end.
probably was almost at the end. I don't remember where I left off when I was.
The game's like
first playing.
4 hours long.
It's
Right.
So
so
at any
short.
point, you're close to the
Which is sad because I actually really like the gameplay.
I
like
love
how
Zone of
it's
the Enders one.
set up. Yeah, and
I
I
just-
hate other things about it, but
It's very early. Like you have to remember, like it was
I know.
almost a launch PS2 title. Like it was like second wave of the PS2. It was like third wave. Because
Yeah.
second wave was like the bouncer,
Although,
and third wave was
Huh.
like,
I loved how it played over, what was that? Not MechWarrior, what was that one where you're building
Armored Core.
Armored Core?
Yeah.
You play Armored Core, it felt really clunky. This felt
That
like...
was the idea,
fucking
though.
That
space
was the
combat.
exact idea.
Yeah.
They advertised Zone of the Enders as high-speed robot action.
Yeah.
That was what they said in the trailer of the game.
This
And
felt
they
more
delivered.
Yeah.
Zone of the Enders does one thing right that I think no game, even to this day, has matched, and that to me is the sword clashing. So like in Zone of the End, in Zone of the Enders, when you have an orbital frame, which is what they call the mechs in that series, against another orbital frame, or just another thing with a sword, because it's not always an orbital frame. But anyway, when you swing your sword at it and you swing at the same time, the swords clash in a very cool way, and then you bounce off.
Mhm.
And I love that because in most games, when you have two people swinging swords at each other, it's just chaos. Like they're just
They're
swinging. Like,
taking damage.
yeah,
Did you ever play
everybody's swinging
Bushido
swords.
Blade?
Yeah, I played Bushido Blade.
Did you ever play Samurai Western?
Yes, I have Samurai Western. That's a good game. Zone of the Enders did it first.
They did do first.
Now,
Did they do it as well, though?
Zone of the Enders is way better, if you ask
Okay.
me. But
You're probably
Samurai
right. I
Western is a
don't
good game, for the record.
It was. People didn't like that? You could slice a bullet in half. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous, but it was a cool
That
game.
game has a reversible
You can
cover.
spin your way
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool to do so.
vulnerability.
But no, I loved it, and the sword fighting was so like satisfying. I loved it. Then they had this really cool control mechanic that I thought sounded horrible, but in practice it actually ended up worked to me feeling very good. And that's the altitude changing triangle and X. I like that.
I did too.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like how they did it in 2 better. I felt like it was a lot smoother for me. I don't know if it was any different, but it was a little more difficult for me to control Jehuti. I hate how they pronounce
Jehuti.
I always thought it was Jehuti, but it's Jehuti, and they make it sounds so stilted when they're doing
You actually take the
dialogue.
time to pronounce the
Yeah,
H.
they're like-
Jehuti.
Please, you have to operate Jehuti, and
Jehuti.
it sounds like it's Anyway.
You should just say it like a redneck.
Exactly.
Get Judy over here.
Get Judy over here!
Got one of them orbital farms.
Judy.
Judy. I didn't really understand the concept of the sub-weapons for the first game. Like, I used it sometimes. Like, I would snipe the little, what were they called? Anyway.
Patronus.
So, Patronus.
Patronus.
You
I don't
just
know.
use a snipe for that, but I never used any of the other sub-weapons, really.
You're talking about the first game?
In the first game, yeah. It kind of felt a little useless. I like how they integrated it into the second game a lot better. But,
Yeah, you don't have to use the sub-weapons a whole lot in the first game.
Yeah.
They really did improve everything in the second game.
I didn't really care. I didn't understand the storyline, like, in terms of all of the melodramatic stuff in the first game, because nobody likes the guy, apparently. Like, his parents don't even like him. But suddenly he cares about every single person.
Right.
Like,
That's
so
his
I
job
don't
as a
understand.
hero.
That's his job as a hero.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So I just
fall
I
out my
didn't-
chair funny.
Yeah.
That's what you sound like, Aaron.
It is, I know.
But, and I
It's
just
almost street mockery.
I
Oh.
didn't get that. And the girl who lost her boyfriend, like, she just was devoid of emotion, and I wasn't feeling it, you know.
How have you been since Jeff broke up with you? I'm fine.
He broke up with me because he died.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Zone of the Enders, all of the dialogue can be encapsulated in what? Shut up. Jehuti. So that's it.
Those-
And you know the game.
That's the sacred triad.
Yeah. Like,
What?
I
Shut
swear
up.
to God.
Jehuti.
What's his name? Leo?
Leo
Sure.
Shenmue.
Leo.
We need
Yeah,
that.
he says
MultiTap
what
shirts.
no less than like 60 times in the
What?
first game. Like, to everything. Like, someone says anything to him, he's like, what?
Nani?
He's like, are you paying attention? Are you hard of hearing? I don't understand.
Is he old?
To even reinforce that, we were talking about number 2 being better. They even addressed Leo as a character. Because
They did. Oh my god, and he's like 1,000% better so far.
Leo in number 2 they basically did what Metal Gear did with Raiden.
Right.
Okay.
You hate him in 2, but boy, do you like
They
him in 4.
legitimize him in.
In 4, he's a fucking badass.
Did you get to the point where you meet Leo in
No.
number 2?
I did not make it far at all.
That is an amazing introduction
It's-
to Leo. Let me tell you, need to get to that part.
Okay.
Oh god, I love
Can we
that
tell you what he
part.
pilots?
Sure.
You might not care, but I care.
I care so much.
Because
care
I
so
love
much.
the Gradius series.
Spoilers.
Do you know the Gradius series?
Well, yeah,
It's
but
pretty great.
Gradius is one of my favorite space shooter series, and Leo pilots the ship from Gradius in that, and
Okay.
The best orbital
Vic
frame.
Viper.
the Gradius.
The
The Vic
Gradius
Viper.
orbital frame
Okay.
in the game.
And he even has options with it. You remember the little orbs that you get in Gradius? You get these
Remember
little
you get
things called
surrounded by those
options,
little things that float
and they
around you,
shoot
they shoot
just like the
stuff,
shoot
or
ship.
they-
Yeah.
The ship
Yeah,
shoots.
those are options.
He has
Yes.
those in Zone Enders too.
Every
It's
time
fucking
you
awesome.
shoot,
he even
they
does
shoot.
Ripple. You remember Ripple? He even does Ripple, and you have to fly through the ripples.
Mm-hmm. Or you can dodge them too.
You can dodge them too.
Yeah, which is fine. Here's the thing about Zone of the Enders 2. It's kind of difficult for me. And also, like, the action is very immediate. Like, going between missions or whatever, like, you don't really get a pause. I mean, you could save or whatever and stop, but it just keeps going. There are, like, cutscenes and stuff.
No
that
run around
happen,
in
but-
town and
Yeah,
finding
exactly. Yeah,
ship
it's
upgrades
just
or
mission
whatever.
to mission to mission. And just, that's intense for me. And the gameplay is just so, like, it's fast. I'm out of the loop, and it's just all this quick action that's happening.
It is
It's-
fun. Can I ask you a question as two people who have made it farther than I have in number 2?
Yes.
Where did the blenders come in?
Well, you got to keep playing. You see,
Okay.
Yeah. That's the whole thing with Jehu.
they come in after
One of
the
these.
spenders,
Okay.
but before the pretenders.
And they all wear suspenders.
The whole point, the main reason I like Zone of the Enders is why I like a lot of the games that I like. The way I was pointing to .hex.gu.
Right. I saw that first.
It's about power progression. Like,
Yeah.
Jehuti in the beginning is naked Jehuti. But you keep playing and, like, things happen, and there's a really very, very exciting climax. I think the game is done super well.
I like Dingo a lot. I think he's funny.
I think he's a good first guy. I think he's a good main character.
He's
Good first
so
guy.
rounded.
Yeah, good first guy.
Yeah. I kind
We
of
should use that from now on. No protagonist, no
Who's the
main
first
character,
guy?
just first guy.
first guy.
Who's the first guy in this game? Dingo.
Duh.
Every day.
Dingo Egret. I really hope you keep playing it.
will.
I really hope that there's a lot of parts in that.
Sounds like a father-daughter
There's-
talk. I really hope you keep playing it. I mean,
You
if you
get
didn't,
through it.
I wouldn't be mad,
Get
but I
through it
would
so
be
you
just-
disappointed.
Gonna-
You just won't get that car.
Right. Are you going to finish And then follow up, are you going to finish
quit bugging me.
soon?
Like,
Because
well,
you
your
said you
mother
would
and I are
finish.
very worried.
I don't know if it's going to be soon because I don't know how long the game is. I don't even know how far I am in it.
I mean, are you playing it actively? Or are you just going to be like, I played it, it was
No, I
good,
played it yesterday.
I might finish,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, it's at least an hour longer than Tony Anders one.
Yes, at least.
At least.
So far, I think I've played more than I did.
That's-
Anyway,
I'll just say one more thing about it.
go for it.
I would like to talk about the things that it achieved on a graphical level on the PS2.
I thought you were going to say scope.
No, just like it does things that I don't think the PS2 should be able to do. Like
Some
on
kind
a
of
technical
magic.
standpoint, it's like wizardry. There's this one battle. I don't think you've gotten to it yet. I'm not going to spoil the storyline, but it's basically like a Lord of the Rings fucking battle where you've got hundreds of mechs on both sides and they run at each other and
Sounds fun.
everything is happening on screen at once and like you're battling fucking just hundreds of you're slicing through hundreds of enemies and like I haven't, to be fair, I haven't seen in that scene in like I don't know when did this game come out. I haven't seen it in close to 10 years, I bet. So
the
like,
end of the
it's not
cycle?
the end of the game. I'm just saying.
No, the
like,
end of the PS2 life cycle? Or
yeah, it's the end of it was towards the end of the PS.
So they were pushing what they could do with that system anyway.
Right. It was like 2003, 2004 maybe. And
Looking
like,
to impress.
I was just watching that scene, like that part, and just in awe. There's also,
It's the same kind of thing for Last of Us, though. You play that and you're like, fuck, this
They
is
just-
a PS3 game?
yeah. The end of cycle stuff always ends up looking really good. There's some attacks. There's a boss that you fight in Zone the Enders 2 that does this. It like gathers like light particles and shoots them like a light beam at you. Like, graphically, it was just mind blowing.
Chris is always the devil's advocate for that game now.
I love the game. There's nothing wrong
Somebody
with
say devil's advocate!
it.
Hoa!
I kind of
Oh, can we talk about the cockpits real quick?
You can. Chris really wants to talk.
Right.
Well, you know me and cock.
Well, you know, we have armpits. Why not have cockpits?
I just think I like the cockpits. They're funny. They're literal cockpits.
Can you make a fart noise underneath yours?
That's all.
Continue, please.
Anyway, so we're done with that, I guess.
Word.
Which means that I guess we're on to
Trivia!
round 2.
Round the second.
I love it.
Irene does decreate.
Princess Ivy. That's actually
Bubbleman's
a picture
wiry
of her.
corpse. Princess Irene.
Wiry Corp. Damn, that is an episode 0
I
reference.
know. That's
No,
fine.
wait.
I love.
We need to step up our references, by the way. Otherwise, we're gonna have that.
We're just gonna have a bunch of chocolate starfish.
Wow, that's pretty good. I like his.
Who?
Aaron's.
Aaron's chocolate starfish?
Ooh, yeah.
You like
Nice-
Aaron's
Who
chocolate?
Go for it.
Yeah, it just sounded different. Oh, because yours sounds too much like the real thing.
He likes a little bit of just
I think I like
deviation
his
from
better
it.
because
I'm gonna say, I love Aaron's chocolate starfish.
Because yours sounds too durstish.
Dude,
Do you like it better because it's a remove,
Yeah,
one away, so
yeah.
it's not so annoying to
Because
you?
I feel like Durst is in the room and I can't stand it.
Durstian. Some Durstian
Yeah!
trouble.
Damn it. See, he's good.
It is good.
He's even wearing a backwards hat right
There's a
now.
wine. Oh, keep on rolling, baby.
Oh, God. I hate
Come
that.
on,
Alright,
baby.
partner.
He's awful.
Keep on rolling, baby.
You're the worst. You're worse than Fred Durst.
I'm sorry. Worse
Ouch.
Durst.
Kinda mean.
You're not.
I know it to be true.
Fred Durst is worse than himself, perpetually, constantly digging
Yes.
a hole into
I've
us.
searched my
Recursive
feelings,
thing,
Luke.
He's worse than himself.
I think
therefore
he sleeps in a backwards hat and a white beater.
Yeah, I think that's actually the shape of his
He
head.
sleeps
head.
face
Oh.
down in
Hairstyle.
vomit.
I have a wife beater and a backwards hat.
Yeah.
Fred, when did you get here?
I've been here since Saturday. Y'all don't even know.
So we're moving on to, I guess, the second round of trivia.
Round the
And
second.
what I did for this one was I took game music that was not originally 8-bit and I chip-tuned it.
Oh.
Fun.
So what you're going to do is you're going to try to guess the game that it's from.
Okay,
You guys ready?
I'm excited actually.
Yeah?
I'm like
So-
one step up from ready.
Yeah. Let's.
I'm eager.
You're eager?
Mm-hmm.
You're anticipating.
Intense.
Okay. You ready? Here we
Mm-hmm.
go. Here's the first one.
Oh shit.
You almost
I know you.
Piper.
Pause. Pause.
Final Fantasy. Oh.
Was wrong already? Or does he have to choose which
I
one?
think he's finishing. What do you say?
4. No.
Correct.
Correct.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like,
As if I was like, no,
Do
fuck.
you want me to keep playing the song?
Yeah,
keep playing.
yeah.
I don't
Are
know.
you locked out now?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I'm removing myself.
Do you guys want to hit?
Not yet. I know this fucking
I
song.
know you guys know this song.
Alright, hit me.
What?
Hint.
Okay. This song is named after a particular character in this game.
Are we supposed to be naming the name of the song?
The
Name of
game.
In the game.
But
That's the
that might
name
jog
of
your
the
memory
game.
The
about-
name of the song is named after a character?
Yes. Well, it's describing a character. Continue with the song,
Yeah,
or do you
try
want to
I don't know what it
throw in the
is.
towel? You want to try, Aaron?
I want to hear more of it.
Okay.
Since he's already free. Aaron, I know this damn song, but I'm gonna tap to Chris.
Oh, we're tapping?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I'm sorry. I know it, but I don't know it.
I really don't have any idea. I don't think I've ever heard that song before.
You have
What?
heard that song.
You've heard that song. I know you have.
I have no idea. I don't
Do you
think I've
know
heard
what it is?
I do, and it's killing me.
I did some rudeness to you.
Are we
We're done.
Are we throwing in the towel?
We have to.
Okay. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It is Man with the Machine Gun.
Yeah, shooting your hand.
So
I just because 8 is not my
Eight? I
game,
thought it was-
but I've played that on Theatrhythm so many times, and I couldn't remember which one it was. I'm like, fuck, it's Final Fantasy,
Man with the machine
the
gun hand
one.
sounds like it should be 7.
I don't know. I played
no,
Lost
it's
Laguna.
Yeah.
I
Haven't played
machine gun
Final
hand. I just think there's two
No,
guys
no,
with
not
gun
hand.
hands.
Man with the machine gun.
It's
Period.
been
Man
Oh.
with the machine
Yeah.
gun.
I'm like machine gun hand. There's two people with it.
15 years since I played Final Fantasy.
Who's the one? I've forgotten his name. Dine?
Wow, I kind of feel bad because I thought these would be like
We're
really
all
recognizable.
bad.
No,
Use my tab.
Okay,
Be rude.
I know you guys will definitely get this one, so Chris will. I know.
I'm green.
Piper.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, I guess it's gotta be Kingdom Hearts if it's gonna be a Halloween town.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't say your name, but it's okay.
Oh.
I'll give it to you.
It doesn't
Okay.
have to be. Because
there was a
There was a Nightmare Before
Christmas
Christmas game on the PS2 and Xbox One.
game? Oh.
But it was Kingdom Hearts. And
But
you
it was
got
Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts. You
I'm
got
gonna give you points.
There was a Nightmare Before Christmas game?
I didn't
There
know that.
was. I don't remember if it has a subtitle or not. I don't think it does.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm
Turkey
shocked,
Day.
Chris.
No.
Turkey Day.
Okay,
Okay.
should I move on to the next one?
I think you should.
Okay.
I like
You feel
this.
Like these are too hard?
No, I like it.
Okay.
Hard or not, I should have known the first one. That was stupid. Piper.
Yes.
Was Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Bonus question: what's the name of that song?
Is that the Bolero of Fire?
It was the
Yes.
Bolero Fire.
Had it.
How the hell did you know that?
All I remember is the doo 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 doo.
I just remember it's
I remember
the little
doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
marching thing is the
Wait,
Bolero.
Aaron, are you done with your pen? Because this one doesn't.
Goron Mountain, sir.
Been 17
Biggerin.
years since I played that game.
I'm sorry, it seems like they're skewed against you. You
That's
I
see
know.
what
that?
I'm so
You're like,
sorry. I thought these were like
Skip
so
spell fake.
popular.
No, I don't know. I've played Ocarina of Time, obviously, but like not since like 1997.
I played it.
Get on that, man.
Not 1997.
Get on that,
I played
baby.
it on
You should be
there.
playing.
Should be.
Yeah.
Play, baby. Just play.
Ready?
What?
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Your eyes.
Chris. No,
Yeah.
solid?
Dun, dun, dun.
Ah.
I would have had that in about 5 seconds.
Yeah,
I like how you're
it's-
humming it.
It's knowing
No.
the beginning that really like gets you.
It is. I even gonna go into it and be like, ooh, ooh, and then I can hum stuff before I know the name of it.
Yeah, like, I know how this goes, but until I get to that big like, bam,
Shiggity-giddy-giddy-go. Phil Collins in the air tonight. Fuck, it's not right.
I love it. Okay, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Alright, here goes.
Aaron,
Damn it.
come on.
No.
Oh, it's the other one.
It is the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just remembering because it's in Smash
I know
Brothers.
this song.
I know.
It's a
But
Smash
it's
Brothers
not.
song.
It's in Smash Brothers.
It's a
they play
Pokemon
music from
Stadium
everything.
from Smash Brothers, right?
It's, yeah, well, it's the stage select or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Smash Brothers.
I
Smash
guess-
Brothers is so ingrained with Pokemon in
Yeah,
my
it
brain
is.
that I'm like,
Oh, it's Pokemon, totally.
Yeah. It's a Pokemon song, right?
Yeah.
It is,
Like,
but they
yeah.
Although it was
freestyle.
to be fair, it was in Smash Brothers before Pokemon were in Smash Brothers. Yeah, Pokemon were introduced in the second.
first one.
Pokemon were in all the
There was
songs.
Were
already
they?
Pikachu
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Everyone.
Pikachu was in the first. You're right.
and Jigglypuff.
And
And Jigglypuff.
Mewtwo's
Fuck
in that
me,
game
then.
too. Like you can throw a Pokeball and Mewtwo comes out.
So who
Fuck me,
technically
right?
got this question right?
I said Pokemon, but
I said Smash Bros.
You said Smash.
But
it is used as the title screen in Smash Brothers.
See, I was laughing because you said, "Oh,
The
that was
character
from Smash
select
Brothers"
screen.
before anybody guessed, and I was like,
Right.
Shit.
I'd
Well,
give it to Chris in the same way that we gave the other one to Aaron.
Okay.
No,
I would,
I can't
I would
answer
give it to
twice,
Sal.
clearly.
I know. Shall we do the next
That's-
one?
Yeah, could jot that down for me, would you?
It's gonna always take a minute to. Okay, so what song? What game is this song from?
It's beautiful.
Chris.
Yes.
Well, see, I have a guess, but I kind of want to tap somebody.
I'm stealing that for our ending sequence.
Okay, if you tap and they get it wrong, then you always have the option to answer.
Okay.
It's a risk you're taking.
Then tap
I think so. Isn't that how it works?
Aaron.
It is
He-
now.
yeah, yeah.
Am I allowed to hear more of the song, or am I stuck now that he tapped me?
I think you can hear it. But you got a time limit
I'll give you 5 seconds.
forever.
Castlevania.
Is there a specific one? Or
Do I
just-
have to say a specific one?
I was gonna
Well,
say
there's
Castlevania.
not. Well, I mean, it's not NES. You know that.
So
Right.
I'll say Symphony of the Night.
That's correct.
It is. Is it the library?
Good job.
I think so. Yeah.
Sounded
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I'm like, well, there's a harpsichord in there. It's probably
It's gotta be
Castlevania.
Symphony of the Night.
Everything
Yeah.
sounds like a harpsichord when it goes to the MIDI.
It's a
That's okay.
harpsichord.
I was gonna guess Castlevania. But
Oh
that's
shit!
all right.
Whoever loses,
Yeah, I
think,
know
has to
you
do
were gonna
James.
guess it, which is why you were like, oh, but I want to tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm sorry.
I also
No.
encouraged you because I was like, "Is that all?
Is
That's
that
just
all?
Castlevania?"
Right.
You can't be like, that is not enough.
Okay. we'll
Your
go
answer is insufficient.
to the next. Okay. Ready?
Summer's fun.
I feel like I should know this, but I've got nothing.
Or you can just try to guess.
You still have a tap if you think.
We'll give you 5 more seconds.
Yeah. Do we lose anything for hazarding guesses?
No.
Like we only get one guess, but you hazard it?
Yeah.
5 for a Chrono Trigger.
Aaron, Rocket Knight Adventures.
It's the only.
So close, but
Interesting.
no.
It's the only thing I had.
It was too feel
Maybe
This
one
one I
of
think
the-
might have been a bit tough.
It's too feel goody to not be an
I
RPG.
don't even.
Right.
Yeah, it's some RPG. I don't.
It's not an RPG.
Oh.
What?
Well, then I have no
Is it
idea.
the credits song when you beat something?
No, it's a
Is
level
this-
song, and you gather things in this game.
Harvest Moon?
Oh,
No,
I have no idea.
Katamari.
I don't think I-
Katamari.
Mm.
Is it
I
really?
don't think I've
I
ever heard
guess.
that song.
I think the only song I know from that one is La 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 La.
I know,
That would
and I was
be
gonna do
the
that one, but I was like,
iconic
oh,
one.
everybody
It
knows
is.
that song, so I better do like a less known one that
Right.
nobody knows. So.
La 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 La
What do
La.
I wanna do next? Okay, I'll do this one next. We have 2 more, so
Okay.
sorry. We'll do that.
Damn.
Remember, you got
I
your
wish.
tap.
I wish we had 40 more.
I'm sorry.
I
That
like
should be
this
our
game.
cast.
I like it too. It's for some music. So
It is. We should do this more often.
I do. It sounds a lot jankier.
I know this song.
I know you know this.
I know this song. Oh, I know what it is. Chris. Chrono Cross.
Yes.
It's a
Yay.
Deki Dane.
Thank you.
Still need to play that game.
Great.
The MIDI stuff's throwing me off for
That's the
sure.
point.
Do you know what it does? It instantly. I know it's not NES, but I start instantly picturing like 8-bit games.
8-bit games, yeah. You're just like,
What the fuck game is this?
What-
Because like the Laguna song, I can totally picture his stupid ass doing Desperado as he. Because I hated Laguna. Oh
Right.
my god.
I remember playing that song. It doesn't even matter MIDI or not. I remember playing that song like 50 times in Theatrhythm over and over again. Like,
Oh, it's in
Just
theater
doing-
rhythm?
But yeah, so many songs are in theater rhythm. And I'm sitting there just like playing them all like
theater rhythm.
theater
I'm
rhythm?
British.
it looks like theater. I've heard
Yeah.
people say theat rhythm, and I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that, theat rhythm.
Dicks to that.
Dicks to you.
So we got one more.
We do have
Okay.
one more. This one I feel like might be tough for you
Not
guys.
39 more.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay.
Okay, here goes. Last one. Make it count.
Oh.
It's gonna get real in a second.
Aaron,
Yeah.
Wild Arms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, wow.
That was good.
I never
Nice.
even played that game.
Good
I
answer.
just love that song.
I never played it either. My brother had
Hold
it
on.
as the background.
Did you feel
on
the
his
there?
emails.
Yeah.
That was a good.
I love when it
That's
picks
fine.
up
That
the
sounded
whistling.
good, too.
Ah, it's so good.
I can't whistle.
That's funny.
Why don't we just play it? And it's 8 bit It'll get there. Maybe back down.
Everything's led to this moment. Like he just loves song.
What is that called? When you put both your arms akimbo at like a 90-degree angle and swerve them back in, what's that called? Sailor dance?
Could be a shanty.
A shanty.
A
Yeah.
shanty jig.
Yeah.
Shanty jig. They,
Popeye looking ass
are like-
motherfucker, right?
I'm so shocked.
I am
Final-
too.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm glad you answered it. That's awesome. But I'm shocked that you guys had the most
Sorry.
trouble with the Final Fantasy one. I totally
I know.
thought.
All right.
Good answer.
Good
Good
answers.
Good answer.
So that's Rivia Trial the Rivia Trial the second. We're on to oh shit, this is me.
It's
Main
you,
event.
bro.
The main event. I was thinking about changing this. I was like, maybe I don't want to talk about this. I do. I want to talk about this right now. We're getting to the
Let's do it.
event horizon where this question is no longer necessary
The
to ask.
main event horizon.
The main event horizon. Damn you. Main event to Major Tom. The main event is me, and I'm gonna get straight into it.
Do
Keep
it,
on
man.
rolling, baby.
Sight.
Fucking yes. Is console gaming worth it? Because
What
we're
do you
still at
mean?
the point where consoles have released, but they haven't.
You're
They
talking
haven't debuted to impress. Let's say
You're talking about new consoles.
new consoles are new. Is console gaming worth it? I'll stick with new consoles for now.
Sure.
But as opposed to PC gaming, so when you first buy a console and say, what are we in now? August. We're
Yeah.
almost a year from launch, and there's
Almost a
still
year in.
relatively nothing out for consoles. Relatively, I mean nothing to write home about.
This is a great.
Destiny's not even out yet.
This is a great
And that's
topic because this comes up in conversation often. Well, what do you say? Do you think the question is it worth buying a PS4 or an Xbox One right now for $400 to $500 based off of the current lineup of what it offers?
My answer for this is I bought a PlayStation 4 on the assumption that I know, unless studios decide not to release the games they said they're going to release, that I'll end up playing these games and they won't come to PC, like Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know how much is going to be worth it for me in my waning years as an active gamer. I have to fight for gaming time.
But we're talking about right now, right?
But right
Like,
now, yeah, it's like you could save money potentially. You could buy a system after its first price drop and still be fine.
Yeah.
That's when the games start to like become abundant. The first party games that you end up really wanting to play, or even like sneaker hits.
It seems to me like a weird investment, but chances are the price will go down by then anyway, since everything they're releasing now is also coming out on Xbox or PS3.
The problem,
And a lot of them for PC, like Titanfall. A
That's
lot of
what-
it just releases for PC anyway.
and that's the point that bothers me the most is you can sit here and list off a lot of games on PS4 and Xbox One that are great games, and games that you should play and will enjoy if you play. But the problem is you don't need a PS4 and Xbox One to play these games. If you were to list off every fucking game that you would want, it's also on PS3 or Xbox 360 or PC. And the argument can be, yeah, but it looks better. Like, sure, that's not arguable. That's not an arguable point. Of course it looks better on PS4 and Xbox One. But the question is it a different game to the point to where I want to spend an extra $400 to $500 to play that game in higher resolution? Because I can play the exact same game on PS3 or PC, and it might just not look as good, but it's content-wise, it's the same experience.
And technically, if you have a PC that you've put a little bit of money in,
It'll look
you
better.
could get a better looking.
Oh, for sure.
Titanfall out of it
Titanfall
than it will
looks
look on an
better,
Xbox One.
I mean,
So-
that's the point. It's like, so you got to break it down to what do you need the new systems to play, and that is exclusives, right?
Right.
So like, what is the exclusive? What does Xbox One and PS4 offer you as a gamer that you can only get on those systems?
Anything by Naughty Dog, which at last count was Last of Us.
Well, and again,
Oh.
that's a game you can play on PS3. You don't need a PS4 to play
But
Last
not
of Us.
the next one.
The next one.
Like, should they continue on that same
The
vein?
second
like,
to Last of Us.
the second to the last, the one after the Last of Us,
Are you talking about like a
The
sequel?
penultimate one.
penultimate one, the first
first
guy. I hit low. Yeah, I mean, it's just anything that they release after that. Like, they would do
But it's-
Uncharted 5, which, I mean, some
They're
people
not-
are not that excited about, but the next Uncharted comes out there.
But those aren't out.
No.
I mean, the thing is
But I
those
mean,
are
the promise of exclusivity, like I
We're
said
talking
before,
about,
like, well, the
like-
things that you know will come out for Sony.
We're
But
talking
they're
about
not going to
potential.
stop selling the console when those
Right.
come out. They're
You're-
not gonna
No,
be like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
missed the cutoff, sir.
So if we're talking about, like, this very moment,
Yeah.
my answer is it's not worth it. Because you have a system that could still be buggy, but they have not worked all the kinks out. Like, if some Red Ring thing releases 6 months into its life cycle, which, I mean, we're a little past that, but
You're talking about the risk of faulty launched consoles?
Yeah.
Because that happened a lot last generation.
and the complaint that everybody comes into I no longer work at a game store, but every person comes into a game store saying, "You have anything out for the PS4 this week?" And be like, "No, nothing to release this week." "Fuck, man, there's nothing out." And be like, "You bought a PS4,
Right.
Like 2 weeks in, how many games do you think they're not going to have a giant library of
Well,
250 games? Like,
Yeah. I mean, that,
you have your Rise and you have your Titanfall. That's what you've got for like 2 months until something you care about releases. And then you have another 2 months to wait if you don't make that shit last, which you don't seem to have, so.
Rise, Son of Rome, I forgot about it.
right. Well, see, but no, you know what? That's not even going to be exclusive anymore either, because Rise is announced for PC.
Right. It's
Just
going,
like Dead Rising 3, because Dead Rising 3 was, if you
That's
asked me, like, the Xbox One at this point has more exclusives that I personally would like to play, but not anymore, because that was Dead Rising 3, and that is now on PC. So like, I don't need an Xbox One to play that. I mean,
it's because of Microsoft, too. I feel like a lot of those exclusives from Microsoft get snatched up by PC, the PC gaming world. They even have Fable on PC now.
yeah. Well, Steam seems to be kind of a neutral ground almost. Like,
Right.
whenever somebody says like it's exclusive, like they mean it's console exclusive.
Right.
And PC usually still gets shit like randomly. Where when it shouldn't stuff like
Sometimes
Fable.
years down the
Right.
line,
Yeah.
like Resident Evil 4.
But
came out.
like,
Like
if I want
Titanfall
to play...
was a good example, because Titanfall was all like console exclusive and shit, but like, and it was console exclusive to the Xbox One, but it came
for
out on
like
PC.
a month.
Well, no, I mean it was also on PC same day.
It was same day.
It's
You're
just you don't need a.
You had the demo before.
It was the beta.
It was
yeah.
like the night before the demo, yeah.
We were
Beta.
playing that. I don't think there's a great point of that they've made. You know, there's not a good argument that Sony or Microsoft has made to coerce any. And I have a PS4. You have a PS4.
I have a PS4.
But I don't. I mean, I got.
it makes
I-
no sense for me right now.
I played The Last of Us on it, but I've already played that.
Played Towerfall. I played a bit of
Towerfall,
Towerfall Ascension.
Not exclusive. That's what
No,
I'm saying. Like
it's on
there's stuff
PC.
you can play. Like Strider, I play a little bit on. I've already got that on PC.
Yeah.
Uh,
Basically, I
there's
just played the
nothing-
3 games from PlayStation Plus. And
Right.
I don't think I own a game. I own a game for PS4 yet. I don't think I do.
Yeah,
Oh, you better believe it. Paddling.
that's
Pageant?
paddling. Paddling the school canoe.
Mistake.
you better believe that's better.
Mistaken pageant for paddling. It's a paddling.
Staring out the school window.
It's a paddling.
No, so it's tough, man. Like I'm trying to think of an argument for it. So like, what's the
Right.
argument for it?
For
You-
right now,
yeah.
I can't think of one.
The only argument I can think of is you'll have the best looking versions of the games that are already out. I mean, like, because Destiny is the big one that's coming out soon, and a lot of people are into Destiny. But again, it's on PS3 and 360, so you don't
Right.
need a PS4, Xbox One to play it. The only reason you get it is because it looks better, you know?
So you kind of touched on this a little bit, but what about licensed games? Like all of the Nintendo games, everyone's going to buy a Wii U for Zelda,
Right.
Metroid, all these.
For some
It's the
reason, I
same-
didn't even
that-
think of Wii U.
The Nintendo
first
actually
party
is
stuff.
the
Yeah.
Nintendo is probably actually the forerunner for
Well,
actual licensed stuff.
That's what I'm
Like
saying. So-
both of the Sony and Microsoft have kind of dropped the ball on licensed things
Yeah.
for a while now. Like
when you
there's
say license, you mean first party.
first
right?
party, like
'Cause licensed
Sorry.
is
so they
Yeah, not
have
licensed,
PlayStation
first
All Stars, and they brought out their whole little lineup of like these are like our, which I think a couple of them weren't even Sony only.
a bunch of them.
A bunch more.
Big Daddies and
Yeah.
Raiden and
Yeah,
Dante.
so they have that game, and I'm like, like you have Sly Cooper, you have
Ratchet.
what's that?
Ratchet.
Ratchet. And I'm like, your lineup's pretty weak as far as first party goes. And
Wield the hammer.
Are there a lot
fucking
of
Sir
first-person
Daniel.
shooters on the PC? Is that?
Hmm?
Are there a lot of first-person shooters on the PC?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's well,
I'm wondering
First person
because-
shooters originated on. That's their home turf.
like Hexen and Doom and
Because-
Wolfenstein
Mouse and
and
keyboard and
I
shit.
feel like that's why
Duke
people
Nukem.
buy the Xbox systems because they're
First-person
they get
shooters.
the Call of Duties, they get the Halo,
Call of Duty,
stuff
bro.
like that. Yeah, so I think Xbox is secure in that regard. That's how I got my PS3. Actually, was a friend of a friend sent me their PS3 because they bought an Xbox One. I was like,
do you like RPGs?
But,
All of them are on
Yeah.
this system.
yeah, so I think a lot of the fans of games on the Xbox consoles, like, they're gonna buy the Xbox no matter what.
They have a grandfather clause
But-
where they're just like, oh, I got Call of Duty on my old Xbox. I need to get Call of Duty on the next
Are those
Xbox.
the
all
problem?
on the PC though? Is Call
Yeah,
of
they
Duty
all-
They are all on
them?
PC, yeah.
all of
So
them.
why?
And
do
they're all
people-
on PlayStation.
Because
Those
the
are-
kids have an
I
Xbox.
will agree with
What's that?
that because they
But see, what we were talking about is like potential. Like they're saying, buy an Xbox One because sooner or later there's going to be the Halos, the Fables, the
mhm.
first party franchise. The same
Mhm.
thing with Nintendo too. Like eventually you're going to get your Metroids, your Zeldas, whatever. But like they're not here yet.
I
That's
just don't think that's enough though. Like I think a lot of people just buy on launch because they have the money and they want it.
they buy
It's
it.
Just, they
yeah.
have a tech addiction or something. They just get the newest thing.
Only reason we did
But
is
that's
because
what
we
this-
had money at the moment. We didn't know where it would be in the future, and if we wanted to play anything on that system, we wanted to get it now, I guess, as opposed to like, oh man, they're gonna release like just say theoretical Ni no Kuni 2, and I'm like, fuck, we can't buy a system. Like we don't have even the money for it right now.
It's
So
I guess there's that, but I mean, if it never happens, then you're gonna feel fucking stupid.
you should
right
you should never buy
Yeah,
a
feel like
system.
an idiot.
on
You
the off.
You should never buy a system based off what you think it's going to be. You should
Yeah.
buy a system based off what it is right now, and if you think it's worth your money right now.
If that's
Because-
the case, I argue it's not.
I
Don't buy a
I
system
totally
right
agree
now.
with that because you should never buy something hoping that all these great games are going to come out for it because likely they will, but you don't know in this industry. Shit can get canceled all the fucking time.
Right.
Shit can get pushed back. The Last Guardian still hasn't come out.
No.
So like if you bought a PS3 back in like 2005 or whenever they announced that game, you're like, dude, the fucking Last Guardian's coming out.
Right.
Gotta buy a PS3.
Right.
Then your ass is still waiting. That's what I mean. If you wanted the Last Guardian, you wait till the Last Guardian's out, then you buy the system. I mean,
But you might die before.
right?
Yes.
You're right.
They compare you with the PS4.
Exactly. Yeah. And they could like make a little fake Last Guardian game.
Yeah.
Grandpa, that system is 80 years old. It's system.
The Last Guardian.
It's
Like
coming
the
out.
Final Protector is the name of the game.
The
But,
final.
The final protector.
Yes.
The first guy.
The
So
fir-
they have ports of games from all the consoles, right? It's not. I mean, they'll port from any console, right?
It's yes.
So what?
They
would
will
be the
port from any
benefit
console.
of
They don't always
getting-
do.
Like, why would you invest in 3 separate consoles versus just one?
The only reason is because there are a handful of exclusives on
Right.
those systems. You have to have a PS4 to play Killzone,
Okay.
Infamous. That's it. You have to have an
So
Xbox.
essentially,
So
you're
far,
paying-
You have to have an
you're
Xbox.
paying $400 or $500 for plus the extra 60
Exactly.
or whatever dollars to the game just to play one game.
Just to play, yeah, because you
Has
can.
exclusives ever been released way later on different?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Okay,
Every
well
system
then.
has exclusives, but
Just not always. Like
The
if you have a
point-
What
Tales
I'm
game
saying
that
is,
releases
like-
on PS4, that's just not going to computer. That's never going to
That's what I'm
computer.
saying. Like,
No,
if it's an
some don't.
exclusive, it doesn't ever go on PC.
that's not always
certainly
true.
some, not always, but like some of them will. Some will be like
some do. Like Fable.
I'm trying to think of one. Yeah, like
Because
Fable-
Fable was Xbox exclusive, but now
for a
all the-
long time.
all the Fables have ended up on PC.
Do you
Resident
think-
Evil 4 was what he just brought up. Resident Evil 4 for a long time was never on PC, but very recently it just went on there.
Do you guys feel an immediacy when games come out? Like, you absolutely have to play them.
The only immediacy I think I ever feel is when something like Borderlands or Destiny comes out, and I have a gaggle of 7 people that will be playing it online,
Mhm.
and I'd be like, oh shit, if I want to play with everybody, like I got left behind on Borderlands 2 because I had a job, I was working every
Sucker.
time people were on.
Yeah.
So I had it. Yeah, and I got it for PC actually, to be fair. So I had all those people get on, but they were never on, or they were always on until the tail end of like when I got home. So I had 15 minutes with them. They were all like level 60, and I'm like, fuck me, man.
The new Borderlands isn't even on the new system. That's on PS3 and 360.
Right.
It's on PC.
So part of that is
Yeah.
it's not even just playing it years later, but that you want to interact with your friends and stuff. That's why you would need to get it immediately because
I feel an
Also
immediacy
busy.
with a couple of games too, not just with those games, but with like Batman. I want to play that, and I know I'll be able to get through it on my time crunch because those games usually only take me 15 to 20 hours if I put everything into it that I have. I like explore everything, and I've played each of those consistently, and I'm gonna
Those
want
are
to
on
play that.
everything.
What's that?
Those are on everything.
They are, but I have it for PS4, and my computer isn't nearly good enough, and we haven't spent the $1,200 that I need to make my processor good enough and
You bought what's Batman
video
game?
card and what's that?
What Batman game?
Arkham Knight is coming out for the next gen console
Yeah, it's
only.
not out. Okay.
No.
You said you're playing one.
Origins right now.
Okay. It's Origins is not on PS4, right? It's only on
No,
PS3
that's
and
on the
360.
PS3. Yeah, I'm talking about Arkham Knight though.
Okay.
So that's one of the games I know I'm gonna want to play day one. Other than that, like some
definitely coming out.
Yeah,
it's
some-
pretty near completion.
yeah,
It's not-
some games I want to. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
it's coming out soonish.
Okay.
Like several months.
It's not.
They could
coming out
push it, but
forever.
forever. That game's straight canceled.
No, but they do keep pushing shit back to 2015.
They
That
do.
pisses me off. Like if you look at the games that are coming out at this year still,
2014 is a dry run.
they
You
got rid of a
Destiny
lot of
and
them.
nothing.
Well, you got Dragon Age.
That's coming out this year.
Yeah, still.
they pushed
well,
it.
It could change, but
Right.
I hate Dragon Age. I don't care about it.
Dragon Age.
I like Dragon Age, but not enough to like.
Follow.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably buy Inquisition, but probably because there's nothing else for the fucking system to buy.
Right.
I don't want to buy Killzone. I don't want to buy Infamous anymore. I want to sell that shit.
Right.
I don't-
A lot of those games, even that I want to play, like, ooh, I want to play that. I can wait.
You can
A lot of
already-
those I can like. Ni no Kuni was pretty important, but that was the last game that I had to buy day one, and that was a while ago.
There are definitely some games I
2
like
years
to buy.
ago?
I like to
I wanna
buy
say.
day one, but it's few and far between because it has to be a big title for me to go out and buy it day one.
You buy like
right.
a new Mega Man title.
Oh, yeah,
you want
definitely.
absolutely
Well,
better
Oh yeah,
Mighty Number
we all
9.
have our franchises that we
So there are day ones,
we
but
would buy.
I would say
collections.
most of them are not an immediate for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, especially the multi-platform stuff.
Right.
Like stuff like the Batman's, like that shit's on.
The
Yeah,
Batman.
It's on everything.
That Liam Neeson's though.
Liam Neeson's got a new movie.
Is it?
Yeah, something like Of the Graveyard.
Straight Tooken 3?
Straight
Of the
Tooken.
Graveyard.
No, he's already had Tooken 3. Tooken 3 was
Grave token.
in
Of the
on
Graveyard.
Tooken in
It's
a
where he
plane.
fights against
Tooken is a plane?
Yeah,
people.
nonstop. Taken 3.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Non-stop?
It's called Taken 3: nonstop. Taken 4.
That means
No,
they never
no,
stop
wait.
taking
That's
You've taken
Taken
3
4.
colons?
Taken 4 is nonstop because Taken 3
There's a
is
4?
Taken 3
Why
is
are
the
they
gray.
continuing?
We talking about Tekken?
He got
Yes.
got took by the wilderness.
Straight took. He's straight.
Taken beach
Liam
volleyball.
Neeson, Taken Tag Tournament.
Yes.
Ah,
You're missing.
Man Dark.
ah, How Dee my love.
Ah, Dexter.
Oh,
Man Dark.
Man Dog.
You're not my brother. I don't know.
All right. Well, what do you want to wrap up the main event? What do
So-
you think?
Yeah, what does everybody think?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Aaron's predominantly PC anyway, though. You're not a big system fiend at all.
I have, now that I've moved in with Lacey, 360 and a PS3 at my disposal, and I don't really touch them.
Right.
Because I have also 2 PCs at my disposal.
What Soul City? Anyways,
Yeah.
so we sound like we have established that everything new sucks.
No, it's just right
A
now.
lot of what is
Right now.
And when everything new becomes old, then it's good.
Well, because when it's old, it has shit that's. I mean, there's a lot of titles worth playing. Like
Right.
right now, there's not a lot of titles worth playing, and the titles that are worth playing are on shit you already have, like
It
PC
is.
and PS3.
It feels like impetuousness versus hindsight.
Sure.
So you've got like the wisdom of like people like, oh, my system's breaking because of a red light and there's no good games and stuff. You're laughing at them not having spent your $400, going, you dumb bastard.
I bought 3 games in the meantime, and I
Right.
still got changed.
I've upgraded my computer and spent the same $400 on Steam.
You got
And got
If you spent-
800 games.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
spent $400 on Steam. You are literally a king.
Right.
They crown you.
I have all the
Give you the
achievements.
They give
states.
you literally a crown.
Yeah.
Send
You
them,
too.
you know.
It's a Burger King crown, but I mean that's still
Hey,
it's an
still
accolade
nice.
that I can't live
Status.
without.
The
Yeah.
Steam icon on the front. And
You
like,
sit and
it
then I
comes with
sit
an in-game
because of
crown in
status.
Team Fortress 2.
Listener base, you know how we feel. You can write in how you feel.
Do it.
You should.
You should
There
prove
you-
us wrong, or maybe just like add to it and
No.
say like, you know what, there might be a reason to do this. Like if you have legitimate, which I mean, Ben, you've mailed in several times with very intelligent answers to our ramblings, so
We're easily swayed.
I'm sure we have no convictions.
Shape us to your will.
So upon our self-deprecation, I think it's time for trivia. Round the finale.
On finale, I do decree it.
Aaron does decree it.
Do I?
It's
a Pikachu.
Nah. Go coffee.
Never gets old. Okay, so for this round, it's going to sound kind of complicated. I'm going to offer a piece of trivia or something related to a game in a popular franchise that originated on the NES. It's not
Okay.
first party, but it originated on the NES. So I just want you to guess. You need to give me the name of the original game, the first game. The trivia might not be about the first game. In fact, none of them are like that.
Okay.
But
But they'll relate to something on the
yes.
NES.
Yes. So give me the NES title, the first game in that franchise. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mega Man 4.
You're so
First
close.
game.
Sega Genesis.
Streets of Rage 3.
Ice Taco.
Ice Taco.
Ice Taco 2.
We're the cool
Ice Taco
kids.
Beer.
Huh?
Ice Taco 2. Ice Taco Beer.
Holy shit.
Taco.
Taco Beer.
Okay. So
The internet needs to be in on our inside jokes. We need to spread this word.
Ice Taco.
Listener
I'm just
base,
gonna-
all 6 of you, tell a friend.
I'm gonna just say something. It might not make sense, but once you understand what it is, you need to
Okay.
respond.
Do our best.
Oh, we're gonna buzz in.
Free word
Yes,
association.
buzz in.
A frog,
Let's
a
go.
log, a
Kind of.
dog,
You'll see.
a
Let's
noodle,
go.
a doodle.
All right, so the first one. With sales of 17 million units, the Super NES debut of this popular Nintendo franchise is the best-selling Super NES game and the best-selling fourth-generation console game ever.
Aaron. Super Mario Brothers?
You got it.
Wow.
That's easy.
I'm like, well, they sold a shit ton. Let's try
It
that.
was easy when
You say easy, I'm impressed. Over
No,
here, I'm like,
no,
whoa.
Nice.
I was gonna say Mario World, and that was the trouble is it's not Mario
Yeah,
World.
see,
Yeah, 'cause
that's
it's
why you
Super
have to
Mario
think of
You have
Brothers.
to
those
backtrack to
things.
NES. I was hoping that I knew Mario Brothers was on there in some way, but I was pretty sure Super came first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, but Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers is a different series than Mario Brothers.
It is.
Yeah. You don't plumb.
Mario Brothers is the one with the Mario Brothers is the one with the PAL.
Because you don't plumb unless you plumb.
Should be Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
You don't
The
plumb.
party don't stop till you make it stop, and then
You don't plumb.
you don't
All
plumb till you
Okay.
get the fellow plummy pops.
So I'm gonna butcher this, but I don't care. Here's the second one.
Oh shit.
I hear it's amazing when the famous giant purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harry Carey rock.
Aaron. Metal Gear.
Yes.
I almost said
was like,
solid.
I know, and I was thinking, yeah, what's the rest of it?
And I'm
Wait,
like, there is no rest of it yet.
That's great.
Metal Gear.
Yes.
Great.
Metal Gear.
Yay.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You,
That was in
you
Metal
guys not
Gear
playing Metal Solid
2
2?
when
No.
the shit's going fucked up.
Metal Gear
and-
Solid 2, I fucking hated.
Oh.
I played until you got
I
to
played
Raiden.
through one, and then I started playing
I played
two.
So you
one.
find out that he's
And-
fake.
I played one,
Yeah.
and then I got
Who's
to
fake?
Raiden, and then
Oh,
Yeah.
after
Is
they
he-
made you play as Raiden, I fucking
Is
stopped
this your
playing that
puppet?
game.
That's
Like he's
my
a.
puppet. He's fake. This is the Colonel.
I'm a real
If
person.
she ever does this,
You're
she means you're hella
amazing.
fake.
Oh dang! So Chris
So
comes
you-
out and says it. Irene's got sign language. Hella fake.
That's my
That's
second
hella
one.
fake.
Can you guys tell what I'm saying? Okay, so here's the next one.
Just a flapping hand.
Flapping hand.
In one game of this extremely popular franchise, the main character can temporarily be turned into an invincible stone gargoyle.
I'm gonna go on a limb, say Aaron and Demon's Crest.
Incorrect.
I was thinking that too, actually. That's a good guess.
That was the first one for NES, right?
Yeah,
For
Demon's-
Gargoyle's Quest. Make him Demon's Crest.
No, Demon's Crest is the Super Nintendo one.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Gargoyle's Quest is the first one.
Oh, I thought it was the other way. Well
You
then,
done fucked it up.
I done fucked it up.
You done
I'll
fucked it.
guess, Chris. I'll say Castlevania.
Yes, correct. Okay. This one might be kind of difficult. I didn't even know this, but.
Well, they've
whatever.
all been difficult.
Sorry,
I don't know. I
sorry,
want to be.
Sorry. Okay, so in the PAL versions of a few of the games of this popular franchise, the game's name was changed from its original to the title Probotector.
Chris.
Yes.
Contra.
Fuck me.
Correct.
In the
Probotector.
PAL versions?
Probotector.
Huh.
That's what it's called in Europe.
That's
Yeah.
absurd.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
And they actually changed the characters to like robotic.
Robots. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The popular protagonist of this classic NES franchise has made cameos in several games over the years, including Earthbound's debug menu, as an enemy in Link's Awakening, and in the opening cutscene of the SNES RPG Arcana, among several other notable cameos.
The protagonist is in
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
Aaron.
No, wait, hold on. Wait. Protagonist? Wait.
Sorry.
This is-
Chris.
Yes.
Tap.
I knew it!
Who are you
I
talking
gotta.
Yeah.
I think I'm down. So like, I don't know.
I don't think you're down.
I don't like Aaron's face because he's like. Well, let me finish.
How many times have I heard that?
Because he's deep in thought, so I feel like he kind of has a small grasp on it.
So you don't like it at
I don't want to
all.
tap him. I want to tap J-Pipe.
Oh, upset.
Because
J-Pipe.
I just feel like you might have a chance, and I hope he doesn't. 'Cause I
That's
think I'm
reasonable.
pretty boned at this point. So
Mario's all I've got. Super Mario Brothers.
Imagine
I've got
fighting
nothing.
Mario and Link. I'm trying to think of like
I know, I've
playing
got
Link's
the-
Awakening.
Do I get a
No,
free
as a
guess?
kid, I was
You
like,
do.
Yeah.
yeah, you get a free one.
I'm gonna say Kid Icarus. Okay, I don't know.
You want to try Aaron?
It's not an NES franchise. I was first thinking Kirby, but it ain't.
Kirby's
I'm thinking.
on NES.
I'm thinking of. Well, he's on NES, but he didn't come from that. He
Oh, I'm
came from Game
sorry.
Boy.
You know what?
I'm thinking of Mr. Saturn.
I did
But
get
he's
it
not
wrong.
Kirby.
Okay, we're just gonna scrap this one. I'm gonna say, because actually Aaron already got it, and that was how I knew it. It is Kirby.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Oh,
It
Kirby-
originated on the Game Boy, and not.
Yeah.
Kirby's Adventure
Yeah, but it wasn't
Was
her origin. But it was
on NES.
Yeah.
Kirby's
that
Dream
wasn't
Land
the
was
first.
first.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
So I
Fair
kind of
enough,
won,
guys.
but that means he doesn't lose points, so we're just gonna back up.
Yeah, that was my fault. Sorry.
I'm glad I was close.
Yeah,
And
no,
if-
you.
By
you
not
pretty
close, I
much-
mean correct.
I threw you.
Correct-ish.
Okay, so we'll just move on.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Okay. So game designer Yoshio Sakamoto's character
Chris.
design.
Sorry.
I don't know who that is, honestly.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Japanese
You done
name,
broke
don't
this
know?
podcast.
Yoshio
already.
Sakamoto? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't recognize that name.
Okay, I'll start.
Maybe I'll recognize his work, hopefully.
Game designer Yoshio Sakamoto's character design, environment design, and even a character name for this classic Nintendo franchise were influenced by the movie Alien.
Chris.
Yeah.
Metroid.
Yes.
Mm.
Like, if you don't get this,
I don't know who Sakamoto is.
he's
though.
one of the game designers.
It's one of those guys.
He's the one that.
Was it all inspired there, or was it the thing cradling the
No, it's
or the
Ridley.
bird thing? Oh, it was
That
Ridley.
was the bonus question. But okay.
Shit.
Ridley.
The bonus question.
He knows it.
It's Ridley.
The thing you're talking about is the Chozo statues.
Shows. Oh, is that why that's funny? Chorizo statues and guacamole.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's
That
exactly
is.
why
I
it is.
didn't know they were called Chozo
Yeah,
statues.
you
You
That
learn
is
that in
hilarious.
You learn that in Metroid Prime, actually.
I see. I gotta like
I
people.
swear,
People hate
I
on that, but
barely
I
touched Prime. I knew those were called
Prime is
Chozos.
cool.
These are cool.
Oh.
Prime is cool.
Prime is cool. I like the Prime series.
I thought Prime was
Nice.
super good.
I'm getting evil eyes from Princess Irene.
Fuck Prime. As a matter of fact, let's go back to the
At
other,
Twitter-
other
at Twitter.
section. Because fuck Prime. And fuck you.
Why is Princess Irene at Twitter becoming a
That's my
bit?
full name now.
Princess
I'm gonna
Irene
change
at
my
Twitter. That's because that's how they do Twitter handles.
That's
Just
how it
type
works,
in
right?
at
I've
Twitter.
Used it a bunch. I
Check it.
think that's how it is.
Princess Irene at twitter.com. What do you got?
What
I
you got?
Okay. I am Error.
Chris.
Oh.
Yes.
Legend of Zelda.
Zelda 2, wasn't it?
But it's the original game we're saying.
Yes.
Oh, right. We're saying
Remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
All right, what do you got?
So this is the last one.
All right.
In one of the games in the extended universe of this long and extremely popular franchise that originated on the NES, the names of all of the bosses are references to Guns N'
Chris.
Roses.
Mega Man.
Please,
Come
oh my, I was gonna.
Mega Man and Mega Man X5.
Yeah.
All the
Oh, I
characters are
mean,
named
X5.
after Guns N' Roses characters, but they're actually only in
Oh,
the United
Slash
States
Man.
version.
Guns N'
Yeah.
Roses characters.
They're named like there's a whale named Duff McWhalen.
Wow.
Wow.
And
What's
yeah,
that? What's
Axel,
Axel's?
Axel the Rose.
Axel the Rose.
Yeah.
Slash.
Slash Beetle or something. I don't know. It's dumb. That game's
I
real
love
dumb.
the Wunderschlaus.
That's not the real names. Like they actually had real.
Slash.
They had real names in the Japanese version, and then the translation team that did it, like the guy's wife, like influenced him and said, "Name after Guns N' Roses," and he fucking did. So
What a tool.
That's one of the dumbest things in Mega Man history.
The thing you're most ashamed of?
X5 is actually not a bad. Well, it's not a bad game. It's not a great game, but it's not a bad game. It's a competent game, but. It's one of the worst X games. One of the worst Mega Man games, I think. It's tough. I love Mega Man, but X5 and X6 are they're a
Pretty
little
rough.
rough.
Some rough trade.
X5 and
They
X6
can't
shouldn't
all
have
be
came out.
good.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, they could, but
X1 through 4.
They could.
they could, but
X1 through
they
4 is
didn't.
great. You know what? X5
They
is
weren't.
X5 is okay. X6 I didn't like a whole lot.
So you've tallied, and that should make it easy
Yes.
to
Yes.
see who. I'm on the losing end. I just don't know who
I think
I'm.
I'm on the losing end.
No. It's me at the bottom. I'm a
got
power bottom.
Didn't I get a
I don't know
I
tap?
knew
who.
that.
You did know
got a
that?
tap.
That's
Double
that's
wink?
considerable.
How does everybody in the world know that I was a power bottom?
What?
And I didn't.
That's
Well, I mean,
because you're a bear.
is that power bottoming?
Yeah.
It
What
could
makes
be.
you a power top?
You
Power
just
Power top is when you fuck asses a lot.
I
power
see.
top's like a rapist.
I think if
practically.
you're
When you're-
homosexual,
when
you
you
have
don't
very
want-
few alternatives to asses.
Yeah, you've got mouth.
Hands.
You've got hands.
Some people go for the armpit.
Various fruits.
It's a real thing.
You've got
Yeah.
the crack.
But
The hot dogging.
Yeah,
But-
hot dogging.
you have frotting.
I've never heard that before.
You haven't?
No. You've got dry docking, or not dry docking.
Just docking.
Just docking.
Dry docking would be terrible.
Dry docking is
Throw some
something
sand
different.
in it, I
That's when
guess.
you're. Yeah. Anyway.
No, I mean those things, except for the freaking hot dogging,
I've never heard of hot dogging. but I
hands,
love
mouths.
that.
That's heterosexual too. That's fair game.
Yeah.
It is.
Asses. That's like
No.
you can do that in the heterosexual world,
That's
but
very heterosexual.
you have no alternative. Like you have no
When
secondary.
When you're a homosexual man.
Right.
You must asses.
Yeah.
You
If you're a
must-
Maltese male,
Oh, Maltese man!
Do we have a tally for the winner?
We do. We do.
All right, who's the
Okay,
winner?
Power bottom?
So
The bear?
hold on, Zangief.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
That's where the bear comes from.
Right.
Power bottom Piper.
Okay.
Power bottom Piper.
That's
with,
what they call me in the slums.
with the big 8.
So, well, in the meantime, while she is telling that,
Well,
What
I
are you,
have to ask you
Florida?
this question.
well, do you
That's a
want?
Bush joke.
Do you have an idea for the who would win? Because we don't have a name
I have
for
a
that
couple.
yet. Okay, can we hear her while she's doing that?
You can, but when I saw that thing, I added this. Simon Belmont from the NES
Okay.
versus Indiana Jones with gun. And that was before we started mentioning Indiana Jones later, which is funny.
In
Okay.
what?
In Mortal Kombat,
In Mortal Kombat,
they're fighting each other to the death.
No,
Oh,
I mean from what? Indiana Jones with
From
I
gun.
was
what?
thinking live action.
Raiders of the Lost
in the
Ark.
NES game,
Oh,
it
so
kind of
just-
sucked.
So just Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones
from the movie.
versus the human
like
Simon Belmont.
human Harrison Ford versus 8-bit Simon Belmont.
The representation thereof.
Because Simon Belmont can't fucking move. He's
Right.
just like 2 fucking frames of walking.
The representation thereof.
There you go.
So you would be the winner.
Oh
So
shit.
Chris
You're saying
finally
would be, like, what is this?
would be as in you are.
Okay.
That's what I meant. So Chris finally gets to do it.
Okay.
What?
So what? Well,
well, who do you? Yeah, it's
I
on.
don't think Chris wants to do this.
I don't think it's on you, is it? It's on you to decide
No, it's
voices.
it's up to Aaron.
Is it both of them or the loser?
It's both of them.
The both of us.
Chris.
You know Piper's gonna do it anyway.
I will.
Chris,
What's up? Yes,
how do you
sir.
feel about James from Pokemon?
I like him. I'm telling you, it's gonna be bad news, man. I can't
It's gonna.
do
No, this is the
impressions.
best
No,
news.
it's the
Do you
best, yeah.
not want to be
This
James from
pleases me
Pokemon?
greatly.
What else do you have?
They're-
What else do you got?
Do you want to be James from Pokemon?
I don't
Desperately.
know if I can. Okay, let's do the
I
girl with
do. I
win.
think I like Jesse and Jan. Let's do
With Jesse?
Who does? Who
Oh.
does? Like, what's
Is
Jessie
Jessie-
sound like?
Jesse just sounds like a bitch.
She does.
Well, that must mean it's
You-
Piper.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm the only batch hair.
batch.
Batch.
As if you don't want to be Meow.
Maybe Pokemon's not a good.
I know. Maybe it was maybe like James from Pokemon and like somebody else.
My only concern is that it's like
Fucking
one
Pacino or
person's
something.
gonna get a really great voice, and the other person's just gonna be
Not gonna talk.
Yeah. I don't mean to. shoot
We've done
you down.
Pacino.
If you really
I think
want
if we
to.
do Fred Durst, Chris is gonna blow his own brains
No,
out.
You can do it. I don't. Yeah, I'm
So
just.
what
I
if
just.
Chris does?
Chris, would you like to do? Would you like that, Chris?
He would-
You can do it. I don't. You can do it. Do it.
No,
If
you
he does
as,
that, I'll do
you
Durst.
as having to stoop to the level of Fred Durst.
I can't do a Fred Durst. How do I do a Fred Durst?
The same way I do.
Just bark with a squeak, chocolate starfish.
Bark with
Nah,
a
I ain't doing
squeak.
Fred Durst, man. You gotta give me something else.
Okay,
Uh,
you can do Fred
Losers
Durst.
can be choosers.
That's true. That's true.
That is true.
You dictate it.
Oh, I dictate, all right.
Dick. Tate.
Tate. Should I call you Dick or Mr. Tater?
Penis potatoes.
That's an Animaniacs joke.
Really?
Yeah. I am the dictator. Do we call you Dick or Mr. Tater?
Wow, that's pretty good. That's a good yakko.
That was,
Thanks.
yeah. I commend you.
Yeah,
you.
it is.
No.
You're yakko, you're wacko. Just talk
Wacko
like a
is
lazy
perfect.
beetle.
A lazy beetle.
A lazy beetle, like-
A member from the Beatles.
Specifically Ringo
Oh,
Starr.
man.
Can I use your bathroom? I have to potty. Like
See, you do it so well.
that. The like a lazy
You better
beetle.
yakko.
I don't know.
Or Dot.
Or Dot.
I'm not good at. There's no way saying better is like it's not a good word
And make
to use.
a
It's all
cookie.
horrible.
Well,
I can try to do the. I'll try to do the wacko one.
I
That's
think you
fine.
should do it, girl.
I'll do the British. I can try to do a weak
Okay,
British.
so is that what we're doing?
Weak British.
Yakko
down.
or
I'll try to do
wacko?
wacko. He's like a weird British accent, right?
He's pretty much
Like a lazy beat, like a Liverpoolian,
Like
Liverpudlian.
Ringo Starr. Just
Like
pretend
Ringo
you're
Starr.
I don't know
Starr.
about the Beatles. I've never.
You don't know about the
I'm sorry. I've heard the
Beatles.
Beatles a little bit.
Well,
Just
see, he's doing it right now.
I'm doing the Beatles right now.
He does everything. This is why-
Liverpudlian.
All right, let's just hit it. Come on, we gotta get this.
Lucy in the sky with diamonds.
Well, I have a bunch
Bring out your
of who
guitar.
wins, kind of.
Okay,
For
Right.
now, we'll just say if
Wait, who did we choose?
yakko, wacko.
Yakko,
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 Wacko.
Yakko.
I do agree it. If Simon Belmont was given human form and had to fight Harrison Ford's Raiders of the Lost Ark era Indiana Jones, complete with gun. One of them is a highly trained vampire killer, the other is not a vampire and has a gun.
I feel as though they should be put in one medium.
That's a good idea.
Like the 8-bit medium? Or?
Yes.
Well, or vice versa.
Well, you said real life Simon.
Yeah, he's brought into
So
the
he's
real
brought
life
into it,
world.
He's waiting for.
I think
my
that's your
voice.
choice.
Yeah.
I was saying life. I already said
Life.
Do you need to sing about all of the countries?
I can. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru.
Wow.
I watched a lot of my own show.
I wish I knew that song.
I also
but-
was in my own show.
I was also there, talking to you,
My brother.
with a backwards red hat.
And no, and
What-
I can't do it. And
Just slow down.
On no pounds. I don't
There. There you go.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
know.
No fingerprints.
I'm
I
the only
don't
one with
think
pants.
so.
If we're in the real world,
Talk this
I
sound.
would give it to Indiana
good.
Jones because he's got a gun and no amount of dodging in the world would save Simon.
Okay. What do you think, Irene?
If it were reversed, I'd give it to Simon.
I think it's Simon, because I like him. But also, I think he's lived a hard life. He's been well conditioned. So even though he has a gun, I feel like there are ways that he could get close enough to him or hit him from a distance with his whip before he can draw his gun. Probably pull his gun away with the whip, because sometimes he does that.
Listen,
Whip.
We should
Gun.
also be considering Indiana Jones's whip skills.
That's true. He does have whip skills.
Maybe whips counter whips, and then a gun.
Yeah. I just kind of feel like if you can beat Dracula, like,
you have a
Pretty bad.
whip specifically designed to murder monsters,
yeah.
not men.
That's true.
It is a
True.
whip.
But I
It
would
hurts
imagine
really
monsters are
bad.
stronger.
But it's magic.
Yeah. But then at night, he gets weaker. Because he gets cursed.
A horrible night for a second one.
Whereas
That's-
Indiana
that's,
Jones never
uh,
gets weaker,
Castlevania.
even when he's old.
Oh, we're not doing
One.
Simon's Quest?
No, we're just doing original NES
Oh,
Castlevania.
shit. I'm still gonna go with Simon. Yeah.
You're the tiebreaker. over there.
Indy. I can't. I suck at
Indiana.
voices.
Wait, you're not saying
Indy.
Use
Indiana.
me as a puppet. From Liverpool, Indiana.
I don't know. I can't do it.
Indiana Jones.
Trying your best is good.
Indiana
nasal
Jones
with that.
because of gun.
Alright.
It's not wacko. That's like.
You actually kind of sound like Jason Statham.
There you go. That'd be all.
It's a gun. I am gonna lean Simony as well,
Yay.
just because a lot of he throws holy water, it's not gonna do shit. He throws a cross
Doesn't
maybe.
have
throws
holy water.
daggers.
Daggers. He's a knife master. He'd be like, you
he
got a
throws
gun?
books around himself. Cause
He got
he's
skills.
He does have magic.
He gets picked up by a little tornado
Zephyr? That's also the second
one. Oh, that is the second one. But that still happened. Well, you're not. You said specifically first Castlevania, Simon.
I believe so.
Oh.
Let's
Well,
ask
still
this
have-
question. When he idles his whip.
No, in
There is no
Castlevania
idling.
1,
You simply
no.
whip and then have to hit the button again.
I
It's the
didn't
NES
really
one.
play.
It's the first one.
Yep, it's Indiana Jones.
India.
Well, viewers, listeners,
You have to be nasal about it
I'm
too.
trying.
let us know what you think, because now we need a
Yes, hold
tiebreaker.
it us and then talk. Okay, do you have another one?
Yes.
You can't even.
So,
Against, since I love to put against each other two guys who kind of suck. R2D2 with his little like shock prod he hits Salacious Crumb with, versus Bilbo Baggins with Sting.
Bilbo Baggins, because he has a ring of invisibility.
You think the droid can't pick it up on sensors?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what. doesn't
Because
he
the
get
ring
sort
is
of-
magical, whereas his sensors
He
might
goes
not
to a
pick up
different,
magic.
like, kind of dimension, doesn't he, when he puts on the ring? Because he sees
Well, he
the
still exists
atoms.
there.
Yeah, I guess he does still take up space, but is that a kind of invisibility that he can detect?
Maybe he shows up on infrared.
Possible. We don't know that though.
What if he can't?
Also,
turn invisible?
R2D2 is far less mobile.
He can't turn invisible.
Then again,
See, I don't think either of them are particularly like aggressive,
Mhm.
so I don't think they would fight.
They have to.
Okay, I think that Bilbo would try to talk R2D2 out of it, and then in the process, like, double cross him. Because, well, I kind of feel like because he wants to preserve his own life, kind of like based on the whole, what's his name?
Gollum? Smeagol?
Gollum. Yeah, because he tricks Gollum.
Oh
And I feel
god.
like he would do that with R2D2.
What is he gonna do? to
Although
R2D2
R2 is the
though?
far smarter
He
of the
has
two droids.
Sting, which is only good for, is it goblins or
It
orcs?
senses goblins, I think.
Orcs.
It glows when goblins in here, I think.
Orcs. Orcs.
Yeah. Well, there were no orcs in fucking, like, the Mines of Moria. There was a bunch of goblins, and he's like, wow. Oh, fuck! When Bilbo had it.
That's
Not
true, because in the
Bilbo,
Hobbit
Frodo
movie
had it.
also,
Down to Goblin Town.
Down the Goblin Town.
so R2D2 has like a lasery thing.
It's
right?
a little, like, pretty much a
It's a
cattle
zapper.
prod.
It's like a
cattle
taser.
prod.
Hmm.
How far does it extend out?
It goes out, like, maybe, yeah, 1.5 in
8.5
his body.
inches, boo.
It extends about a Fossbender.
Maybe 2
Maybe
feet
a
on a,
Fassbender and a half.
2 feet on a warm day.
Fossbender and a half is a good one.
Okay. Is he faster than Bilbo?
I don't think so.
No.
I doubt it.
Um,
This image, him just running down the halls of the Death Star, like,
Does,
And the thing's just like,
does R2 have any projectiles? The cattle prod's not, that's a melee thing, right? It's not a projectile.
no, it just kind of has to go up to you and shock you from nearby.
Because
He's also got a hologram of Leia inside of him.
Yeah,
Yep.
Bilbo can throw things at
Yeah, but what's
R2,
gonna hurt R2? That I'm...
rocks?
He could also
He
knock
does
R2
him.
over.
I don't know how good his armor is.
I give it to Bilbo.
Okay. You,
I also
you
don't
look
know
like-
how bad Sting would go through metal plating, though.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
It cuts
I
through the
think he
flesh of
could-
goblins easy enough.
I think you could weaken him by throwing like heavy objects. at
Throwing
him.
nonsense.
Yakko's kind of hard to maintain.
I bet.
I'm finding out.
Almost as hard as Wacko over there. Who do you think wins?
All two.
I'll give it to the goblins.
Goblins out here. Well, sounds like we're leaning towards Bilbo Baggins. I am on the fence, but since we've got, I don't know, I'm having the three of you do it, and I'm just going like, I think
You're gonna come in with your game breakers.
Bilbo might be crafty enough. Might give a damn. I don't know. I didn't even see that shit.
Yeah, because I mean, like he could also trick him in other ways too. Like he can
Pretend he was a lady and trick R2 into the
R2's
sack.
Senses, like I don't know where he can see. Does he only have one line of sight, or
He
can
always
see
turns
all
to
around
face
him?
people when he's like
Okay.
weeping
One
at
line
him.
of sight. It's his little eye stalk.
So are you siding with Bilbo? Then?
I think Bilbo would do it.
Well, that's what I had, and I could have had more, but I wasn't prepared, and we've already gone pretty long.
I think that was
Yeah, we're
plenty,
like-
yeah.
honestly.
Going on like 4 hours.
Wow.
This is what Animaniacs sound like when they curse.
Fuck!
Crap, boobs, crap.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
And all
The rest of I can only think on my own behalf.
Oh,
You've made it this far,
no, I don't think.
and if I haven't edited to the point where you like this, then please tell other people about us.
Still in a voice?
It's supposed to go
Until
to the
the
end.
Oh.
until we're balls deep, baby.
Bold deep.
Balls deep.
Bold.
Go down.
Until we hit the bottom of the shaft.
Aha!
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thus concludes the MultiTap broadcast. Gramercy to every listener, and many welcome returns. If so led, the hosts encourage 5-star ratings and reviews on iTunes. If you should like to contact the hosts of MultiTap, or give general public comment, they may be reached by way of Facebook at MultiTap Podcast, Twitter at MultiTap Podcast, or personal phone number, which they wisely refuse to give publicly. MultiTap is made possible in part by a fistful of potions and viewers like you. We shall return, as scheduled, in MultiTap Theatre.